join. Someone called me that they are trying to join. So 1 minute more, then we'll start.
Let's contact those that we have their numbers, because it's seriously raining in Accra since yesterday evening up till now. So let's try and contact our other colleagues. But I'm sure Gabriela will be taking us through, Gabriela and Duke 24. But it will be of a necessity for us all to support them and then make it a success. Alain Dog is also not around. Thank you.
The one who had a problem joining earlier on, but I think she has joined now, but it could be her network.
Okay. Thank you for that. Mr. Mwakun. Mr. Mwakun. Mr. Stephen Tete.
Represented.
Hey. Mr. Mwakun. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Mwakun. We will give him some minutes again. Amina. Ami.
Yeah. Gabriela.
Okay. Yes, please. Okay. I think that's all. Aladdin. Osman Aladdin. Okay, he's also not responding. Okay, please, I hope everybody heard his or her name.
Yes, I heard mine.
Okay, so we can proceed now, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So we all have the case study question, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Miss Pepper,
Madam Gabriela.
please, can you read the questions for all of us? Then we start.
Okay.
So, sorry, I want to chip in something before she begins. If any of
Okay.
us can share their screen with the whatever, so that's
Okay.
that would be much better.
So please,
Hello.
Mr. Tufo,
Good
please share your
morning.
screen.
I'm using my laptop now. I said my phone now, so it will be a bit difficult for me.
Okay, so please, who can share the screen? Who was greeting? Vinolia?
Yes, good morning, Gabriela. Please, I hope you are doing well.
Yeah, I'm good. And you?
I'm also fine. My network is jamming up here.
Yeah, we know that.
So please, I'm online, okay?
Yeah, we can see you. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Please, who is sharing the screen?
Let me see if I can share mine.
Okay.
Please, can you see?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So I can start reading, right?
Yes, please, but it has not opened.
Oh. Now what is happening?
Try and minimize your downloads.
My downloads.
Yes, just minimize. Click on the minimize. I'm sure it will pop up.
Okay. I have.
No, I can see your cursor there, but then you've not.
Hey, are we safe?
So Adobia, try opening it again because we see your cursor.
Okay. And then I mean with you.
You're crying, who
Hey, let me close it and then start afresh. I don't know
Okay.
why.
Okay.
I'm trying to see if I can share. Is it showing?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, someone's screen is showing though.
Jude, I can see yours.
That you have the case study, right?
Yes.
This is strange. Me, I can't see it myself.
Hey.
But we can see.
Okay, so maybe we should. Because if you ask me to scroll down, I'm not seeing it. Moments.
But I believe everybody has the case study.
Yes.
Yes.
We
So I think we
So
should
we
go
can
on. We should
equally
go
look
on.
at it from various devices so that we don't waste much time here. Right. Okay, so I'll start reading if that's okay.
Okay.
All right. So case study, optimizing transportation for a growing manufacturing firm. Case background, Universal Manufacturing Limited is a Ghana-based company that produces consumer electronics and exports products to customers across West Africa, Europe, and North America. The company has experienced leading to increased transportation, delayed deliveries, inventory imbalances, and customer complaints. Currently, the company uses a combination of road transport for domestic distribution, sea freight for international shipment, and air freight for urgent orders. Management is considering investing in transportation management system, expanding the use of multimodal transportation, and adopting emerging technologies such as IoT-enabled tracking and route optimization software. Recently, the company faced several challenges. 1. Rising fuel and freight costs. Delays caused by road congestion and port inefficiencies. Poor visibility of shipment in transit. Increased pressure from the international customers to reduce carbon emissions, and difficulty balancing inventory levels across warehouses and distribution centers. Questions. 1. Analyze the role of transportation in Universal Manufacturing Limited's supply chain. Discuss how effective transportation management can improve the company's operational efficiency, customer satisfaction, and profitability. 2. Evaluate the suitability of the different transport modes, that is road, rail, sea, and air, for Universal Manufacturing Limited's operations. Recommend the most appropriate transport modes for domestic distribution within Ghana, exporting bulk products to Europe, and urgent delivery of high-value products to North America. Justify your recommendations. 3. Discuss how multimodal transportation could help Universal Manufacturing Limited address its current logistics challenges. Explain the advantages and potential risks associated with adopting a multimodal transport strategy. 4. As a transport manager, propose how the implementation of a transportation management system, GPS tracking, IoT technologies, and route optimization software could improve supply chain visibility and transportation performance. And then lastly, sustainability has become a major concern in global supply chains. Develop a transportation sustainability strategy for Universal Manufacturing Limited that balances environmental responsibility, cost efficiency, and customer service objectives. The end.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Dapilah. Please, who can explain the case study to us? Who can explain the case study to us? Ms. Dodu. Ms. Dodu.
Gabriela, let someone help me, right?
Ms. Isaba. Ms. Isaba.
Please, let someone else come back.
Ami.
Yeah, Gabriela.
Please, can you explain the case study to us?
So it's about this manufacturing company called the Universal Manufacturing Limited, which is situated in Ghana, and they are into customer electronics and then export products, which they have customers across West Africa, Europe, and North America. So their company is fast growing, for the past 3 years, and they want to increase their transportation cost. Like as they are expanding, their transportation cost is also widening, and then they are also experiencing delayed deliveries, and then inventory imbalances and customer complaints. So right now, the company, as we speak, the company uses different or a combined of road transport for their domestic distribution. That's the sea freight for international shipment, and then they also do freight for urgent orders. So here, the company is now looking into investing in transportation management system, and they also want to expand the use of this multimodal transportation that they are into, and also adapt incoming technologies such as the IoT, and then the tracking and route optimization. They want to go into this software. So as a company, so they are asking us these questions that Adobia read. So recently the company is also facing challenges, and some of their challenges were number one, that the rising fuel and freight cost. So the delayed caused by road and congestion and port inefficiencies, and also poor visibility of shipment in transit, and then increased pressure from international customers to reduce carbon emission, and also difficulty balancing inventory levels across warehouses to other centers. So here they are asking us we should analyze the role of transport in the universal manufacturing limited, and then the questions cut across to number 5, as we all have. So basically that's what the case study is all about. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Mr. Jutufo,
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
please, is there anything you can add?
I think she said it all. Let me see if I can just summarize what she's just said. So basically, it's a Ghana-based company, as she rightly noted. The company is into exporting and let's say produces electronic items. The company has been in operation for some time, but in the last 3 years, the company's growth is experiencing growth, meaning that they are getting more orders, or their customer base is expanding, and their current operational system is not able to meet customer demands. And for that matter, there's been a customer complaint. They are having challenges with meeting customers' orders or satisfying their customers. And what are the reasons? There are reasons there which I will go into later. So based on these challenges they are having, the company intends to invest into some systems so that they will be able to run efficiently. They are intending to invest in technological systems like their transport management system. They intend to expand their operation, their multimodal operations, and also adapt emerging technologies such as the GPS, Internet of Things. Now, the current challenges that the company faces is because they've not optimized their operations. They are still running the system like the traditional system, and the company is expanding. They are experiencing fuel and freight costs because if you have not optimized your operations with the modern technologies, obviously you'll be experiencing fuel and freight costs, meaning you'll be operating inefficiently with high costs. and reduce profit. Secondly, they spoke of delays caused by road congestion. So these are the challenges why they want to invest into the modern technologies. And they spoke of poor visibility, meaning when their trucks are in transit, they are unable to tell whether perhaps this vehicle has reached Kumasi or has reached Takrady or has reached anywhere. So it's something that is worrying to them. And the other thing is increased pressure from international customers to reduce carbon emissions, meaning it's expected that international partners are expecting them to operate in a sustainable manner so that they will not be emitting a lot of carbon. Perhaps they are using a lot of road transports and all that. Maybe they expect them to use EV vehicles and all that, and perhaps their mode of operation. Then lastly, they spoke of difficulty balancing inventory levels, meaning because of the rising or the growth of the company, they are having challenges with inventory management. And for that matter, if you're having challenge with inventory management, you find it difficult to meet customers' orders on time. And for that matter, your customers will not be satisfied. So basically, it's about logistical challenges and how the company intends to invest to address these challenges. So that's my take here. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. So please, is there anyone who wants to add up, or should just continue from question 1? Any suggestion, any contribution, any add-ups? So we can continue.
Yes, I. Hello, Gabriela.
Yes, please.
I think, thank you. I think all the things Mr. Tufo stated right now are for the A part of the question 1, asking us to analyze the transport, role of transport in the company's supply chain. So that is what Mr. Tufo has stated. We can look at how effective the transportation management can improve their performance as a company after looking at what they are doing.
Okay.
Can I go on, please?
Yes, please, you can.
Yes, the first I could think about is how to satisfy the customer. That's customer satisfaction. I believe with the real-time tracking that they want to bring into their system, they will be able to be tracking their product wherever they are in at all times, and that will enable them to communicate proactively with their customers or their clients, so that the buyer will also always know when he or she or when their companies are expected to receive stock from them. In that manner, when there is a challenge on the way, they will quickly know and communicate accordingly, so that the customer or the buyer will also know what to do. Again, that will also help to optimize their route and know how to reduce their delays. Currently, according to the case, they have a lot of delays when it comes to satisfying their customer in terms of delivery. If they use the real-time tracking, they will be able to know also when and where their trucks are in order to avoid the delay. For instance, when they are using road transport to deliver a particular goods and there is traffic, because of real-time tracking, they will be able to know where the traffic situation is tedious, and also do rerouting to avoid the traffic to be able to deliver on time. So I have spoken about customer satisfaction. I don't know if I can go on or I should leave the other one.
Please, you can go on.
The second one I want to talk about is operational efficiency.
Okay.
How efficient the operations
can I ask a question, please?
Yes, please.
Okay. Sorry for intruding. Please, are you answering question 1 or trying to answer question 1, or we
We are trying to answer and then answering both of them.
Then I suggest we do it systematically. If it is question 1, let us understand question 1. If we understand
Okay.
question 1, then we tackle it. When we finish, we are done with that one. Then we move to
Okay.
question 2. If not, we'll just be going up and down, up and down. Thank you.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you. Mr. Siedu.
Yes.
Yes, I was thinking you just answered the question 1, the A part. That was what. So I'm just also trying to answer the B part. That's why
That is
what I was trying
that is
to.
the role of transportation.
Yes, they say the first question says we should analyze the role of transportation on of the company in the company, their supply chain.
Okay.
So I
Because
think
from
you spoke about their cost structure. You spoke about delays, that's the time cycle, and also spoke about their service level and inventory. And then he added there was one other thing he added, making it complete on speaking on the A part. To the best
Dan,
okay.
of my
please,
knowledge,
can I
I
interject you
might
a
be
little,
wrong.
please?
Yes, go
Yes.
ahead,
Let me.
man.
So, I didn't read the question 1. Honestly, I've not even seen
Yes.
question 1.
So you were just
Her
summarizing the
Jude,
her
question.
question was
Jude
to.
4 was answering, we
No,
should
I was not
explain the
answering any
case
question.
study.
Exactly. So
The
I've
thing
not
was
even
to
read question 1.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
explain the
Thank you.
case study.
Fortunately to me, you answered question 1A, A part.
All
Please,
right.
Gabriela.
Oh, okay.
Gabriela,
Yes, please.
please, can we start? You just organize
Yes,
yourself and
so
let's start
yes,
afresh.
when we come to, so now we understand the case study.
Yes.
So now we are starting from question 1. And then when we look at the question 1, it's in 2 parts. The first
Exactly.
one, we are to analyze the role of transportation in universal manufacturing limited supply chain. And then the second one is to how effective the role is. So we will tackle the first one. But before that, I think we have to know what a transportation role is. If we want to analyze the role of transportation, we have to understand what a transportation role is.
So I will continue from there.
Yeah, please wait. Before you continue, Adobe's hand is up, so she will come in, and then when she's done, you continue.
Thank you, Gabriela. I just wanted to chip in this that let's kindly show by hand if we want to communicate. Otherwise, a lot of people will be speaking at the same time and it will bring about chaos. So let's please exercise some decorum. Thank you.
Okay, thank you too. So please, Mr. Daniel Skachu, please you can take over now.
So please, I want to look at the role of transportation in the company supply chain as requested in question 1.
Okay.
And then, like you said, we need to know what transportation is. And to the best of my knowledge, the transportation is a physical link between or moves between what moves raw materials of the company's raw materials to the company's plant and finished goods also finished goods of the electronics to 3 different district markets. That is 1. We are talking about the domestic market that we are talking about. That's the Ghana market. We are talking about the second one. We are talking about the regional West African market. And the third one, we are talking about the overseas export to Europe. So these are the direct 3 regions that the company transports their product to. And now come down to look at how the road transport plays directly. Directly, it affects these things I'm about to mention. First, the cost structure. The cost structure, if we look at the fleet from the major component of their equipment or the raw materials they use to produce the electronics. They use fuel and also use freight. And the transport inefficiencies in these these particular transport system are what they are saying that it is high and has become inefficient, thereby eroding their margins or making their profits go down. Second one, we'll look at the time cycle, maybe the time or the cycle in that causes the delay. I'm looking at delay, for instance. They said the delay from road congestion and port inefficiencies. These two things causes delays. That is, it can cause delay in manufacturing and also delay in transporting the goods to the final consumer. So it's in two ways. And also, this same delay is causing inventory imbalances and also missing customer delivery windows. So the time limit and also the cycle in which these products are circulated. I'll look at the third one as a service level. If you look at the service level, poor in transit visibility. That is, we are not able to track where the products are in each and every time, making it difficult for them to be able to plan their stock levels at all time. Today, they might promise a customer that, oh, we have imported it, it's on the sea, and it will get here in this time. But at the end, it will not get then on the time they have promised the customer. This could be because they lack real-time monitoring the technologies to be able to monitor where their shipment is or where it has gotten to, thereby giving the consumer or the customer false information. I'll look at the inventory. Because they are not able to rely on the transport models they are using, they are not able to give accurate information also to the stock, or let me say their warehouse, to be able to know which stock at all times they might be getting or not getting at each and every time. So this is what I think will form the first part of the question, to analyze the role of transport in the company supply chain. This is what I can say from that side.
Okay.
Thank
you, Mr. Sikachu. Please, is there any others? Anyone who wants to add up to the analyzing of the transportation role? Mr. Jude.
Well, today you're on my neck. Oh. All right. Okay. Please, I'm trying to understand the question, so I stand for correction. Then we move on. Okay. From the question one, as our brother just said, it has been divided into two. So the very first one, we're supposed to know the rules of transportation when it comes to universal manufacturing. And then the second thing, we're supposed to know transportation management. That is effective transportation management. Now, if you're able to know the effective transportation management, we will link it firstly to operational efficiency. That is transportation management efficiency. After that, we'll link transportation management to customer satisfaction. And then thirdly, transportation management to profitability. I think if you're able to break it down this way, we finish answering the very first question. As my brother just said, he defined what transportation management is, or what transportation is. And then from there, I asked myself, so what are the rules of transportation as stated in the question? So if we can all list the rules of transportation with respect to this question or respect to universal manufacturing, then we take each of the rules that we have listed, then we just elaborate on it. So my brother mentioned one, which that is the customer satisfaction. So let's say we are taking only the customer satisfaction or creating customer values. We'll ask ourselves that how does this one link to this question, or what are some of the points we can raise out of this? I'm sure he mentioned delivery speed. Yeah, so I'm just adding one to it, maybe delivery reliability or product condition upon arrival. Supposed to check that risk. I'm seeing all this, the linking it to transportation. So before the items get to the customer, we're supposed to find out if the time was okay, if the delivery was reliable, if the product, the condition of the product was okay, if the order that we did was accurate. So after I finish talking about that one, then I think we are done with the customer aspect. Then we take maybe another one, still under the row of transportation. We can talk about the market, the support market expansion. We talk about it. Then we talk about the things beneath it. Then again, we take the facilities, how we're going to facilitate the product distribution. And we talk about that one also. So my brother mentioned one. So if we can all talk about the customer value, the one he just said, if we are satisfied or if we exhaust that one, they'll move on to another role. So by the time we finish, we are done with all the rules, and then we link it to the other aspects of it. Thank you.
You are welcome. So please, can you start with us? Continue, because our brother started with one. So can you?
Okay, I'm sure he spoke about the customer value. So I'm also throwing a question to all of us. How can we link the customer value or to our question? Or what are some of the things that we are expecting under customer value? He made mention of the timing. That is a timing delivery. So if somebody also can add some to it, we talk about that one, then it means we are done with that one.
Okay.
So I would say maybe order accuracy. Because he said time, so the time is very important here. As and when the items move from the supplier to the customer, we specific time that is still under the transportation. Then we find out if it is feasible, if it is okay. If it is okay, then move on to the next one, which is how accurate was it? Was the timing okay, or they were facing challenges along the way? So if that one is also okay with it, then somebody also can contribute under the customer value. If we are done with that one, then move on to the other one. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, please. Welcome, Mr. Miles. You can come in.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning to Gabriela.
Good morning.
Please, I'm quite busy. I'll be joining in briefly and then go offline for a moment. But I followed what you were doing so far. Thanks so much for moderating the session. I would also want to talk something about the case study that we are looking at now. Especially the B part of question 1. When we talk of effective transportation management, it says how effective transportation management improves operational efficiency, customer satisfaction, and profitability. Here, the B part is trying to tell us that if all things are put in place, the right things are done, okay, how will it improve operational efficiency? Okay, so we should understand what effective means, okay, and how does it relate with transportation. So when all things are put in place, the right tools are there, the human resources are also doing their own part. Everybody is doing his own part. How does this improve operational efficiency, customer satisfaction, and then what, profitability? Even make it simple for us. I've listed all these 3 items for us. So we need to talk exactly, say something around these 3 things. It shouldn't go overboard. So as one of our colleagues said about the operational efficiency, the effective transportation management, that is, if everything is put in place, it will improve operational efficiency. How? By ensuring 1, timely deliveries. Okay, timely deliveries. Also reducing transit delays.
Okay, reducing transit delays. When there is a traffic jam in your locality whilst your goods are in transit, with the help of a good GPS or any transport management devices, it will even give you a preferred route that you can use, okay, to commute your items from one place to the other, right? And also optimize the use of transportation resources as well. So all these ones also will improve the operational efficiency. And then we can also talk about so that's that example that I've given about the route planning, reducing travel time. Okay, when there's traffic jam or when there's any unforeseen thing that have occurred in a major road, it can give you real-time information that, oh, this is what is going on here. You can use this different route and to take you to your destination. Yes. But when all these things are not put in place, it will be very difficult. It will be very, very difficult. All right. So this is what I would say about it. Thank you very much. Please, you can carry on. Yeah. Hello. Hello, Gabriela. Hello.
Oh, sorry. I muted myself when I was talking.
Okay,
Mrs.
please.
Saba.
Yeah, you can carry on.
Mrs. Saba. Okay. Miss Pepper, your hand was up. Can you please come in now?
Yes, my hand has been up for a long time that it is even paining me.
Oh, sorry.
Apply Akuba.
I
Apply Akuba.
also want to add, yeah,
Oh, please, we can't hear you properly.
Miss Arabia, please come in.
Okay, so I just wanted to add to what Jude was saying about the operational efficiency. But eventually, I think Tony said almost all the points that I wanted to see. So Jude mentioned about on-time delivery, right?
Yes.
And then I also wanted to add that if the right modes of transportation are applied, it will ensure that the company will ensure smooth and uninterrupted operations. And this is going to make sure that customers will get their deliveries or goods at the desired destination. And then it will also ensure that the goods that are delivered will be in a good shape, because it will be properly handled since everything is put in place. And all these things will facilitate continuous flow of operations within the supply chain. So basically, I wanted to talk about the fact that when everything is put in place, it will ensure smooth and uninterrupted operation in the supply chain. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Mrs. Saba, I think her network is not allowing her. Okay. Please, is there any others for the section A of the question 1? Or the question 1 in general?
Yes, thank you. Let me just add some small point bit to it. So, per the discussion we are having about the effective transportation management, It can improve the company's operational efficiency, customer satisfaction, and profitability. So, customer satisfaction, I'm looking at the effective transport management to enhance, it will reduce the lead time. You see, when the lead times are reduced, the customer is always happy. And also, when there's effective transport management, I'm now talking about the profitability aspects. If there's effective transport management and route optimization, the company is able to navigate their way through the traffic congestion efficiently. By so doing, they reduce costs in operation, that is the fuel costs, which if you are reducing your fuel intake or the operational costs in terms of fuel, then it means you are also increasing your profits on that score. So that is what I just want to add to it. Thank you.
Okay. Mrs. Sawa, please come in.
Sorry, just before Isaba comes in, I believe that the second point Jude made would be better if we put it under operational efficiency, talking about the reduced fuel costs, right?
Okay.
I don't know, I'm asking.
Yes,
Okay,
sorry. So
please come in.
So that it will reduce it will enhance operational efficiency. So that will and also lead to the profitability. So I think it's in order.
Yes. Ms. Adubi, are you okay? Okay, thank you for the thumbs up. I think Mrs. Saba is out again.
I am here. I've raised my hand, but my network keeps going off and coming back.
Sorry.
So what I wanted to also add is that with the question 1, the first part, we can also say that, okay, I am thinking that transportation has been very effective or efficient or has contributed a lot to Universal Manufacturing Limited, because if it's a company in Ghana, and because of transportation, they have been able to expand their business to outside the country, and now they have customers outside the country. So transportation has played a major role in their operation. Then I'm also thinking that with the B part, we can say that if there is effective transportation management, they will be able to satisfy their customers who are suggesting that they reduce fuel emission. They reduce the gas emission. So they will be able, if they have effective transportation management, they will be able to satisfy their customers outside that are calling for the emission, the sustainability of the environment. I think that one too.
Okay. Mr. Reginald.
Yes, please. Yeah, thank you very much. Okay, I also wanted to say that for me, the question asking about analyze the role of transportation, I think it, in other words, it's just asking us why is transportation important to this very company? And it is important because it directly affects cost, customer service, inventory levels, competitiveness, sustainability, just as all our other colleagues have mentioned. But I would like to highlight on one key factor in it, that is the inventory levels, which was even stated in the question itself. So when transportation becomes unreliable, then companies would have to compensate by carrying more inventory in the warehouse, because the turnaround time is too much. The transportation systems is unable to, produce the last mile deliveries and then return back to take more goods out of the warehouse. So we'll be compensating by increasing stock that the warehouse will be holding. And these have effects. The effect will be that there will be increased warehousing cost. There will be excess stock in some locations. In other locations too, there will be stock outs. So I just want to keep it brief. I just wanted to highlight this particular aspect of it, as in the inventory levels. So transportation affects inventory management in this regard. That's my brief contribution.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Miss Jocelyn, your hand was up. Miss Jocelyn. Okay. Mr. Judas Siedu.
Yes, thank you. I just want to add something to what our brother just Jude Tufo just said. Still trying to answer the second part of the question one. So there's a question that it says that how effective transportation management involves or improves operational efficiency. So here, what I'm saying is that transportation management involves planning actually. And after planning, we're supposed to organize, you monitor it, and then control your transportation activities. So in doing this, first, we're supposed to improve our route planning. So what are some of the benefits of improving your route planning? One, it will reduce fuel consumption. Two, it will lower transportation costs. The third one, it will shorter delivery times and then improve vehicle utilization. That is one, that is under the improved route planning. The next point we can raise still under the operational efficiency is better fleet utilization. Here, efficient transportation management will also ensure that your vehicles operate at optimal capacity. In this case, what are some of the benefits you get out of it? One, you'll be able to reduce your empty trips when you are really organized. Two, you'll be able to increase productivity. And then the third point, you'll be able to lower operation costs. When these things are done, there will be an operational efficiency. The next point I can raise here is under the same operational efficiency is how we're going to reduce delays. And transportation management systems always identify some disruptions, and some of the things are our traffic congestions. Our vehicles sometimes can even break down, and then there's port bottleneck stuff. The same under that one too, we can also talk about enhanced coordination between the supplier and then the customer. When doing that, you're supposed to have a proper planning, that's the production planning, how your warehouse will also operate, and then your inventory management, as our brother has already said. If these things are done properly, I believe that we'll be able to answer operational efficiency under this very question. Thank you.
Thank you too, Mr. Siedu. So please, who is contributing again? We should move to the next question. But before the next question, can someone summarize the question one for us? Miss Rosemary. Miss Rosemary.
Hello.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
So we've discussed a lot, and then we want you to summarize the question one for us.
I didn't really hear what you guys were saying, the network. So if you can do that, it will be fine.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, let me say that like in concluding or trying to summarize the whole thing,
Okay.
We can say that transportation is just a strategic resource that directly influences the company that we are trying to discuss. That is the Universal Manufacturing Limited.
Yeah,
So
supply chain.
transportation is a strategic resource that directly influences Universal Manufacturing company's operational efficiency, 1. 2, its customer satisfaction, and 3, profitability. So all that we are saying is effective transportation management surely will enable the company to reduce its costs. It will help the company improve on its delivery performance. It will help also them to, that is when it comes to their growth, it will support their growth. And then again, it will strengthen its competitive position. Thank you.
Thank you to Mr. Isildu. Okay. Thank you very much. Please, can we look at the question 2 of the question? Okay. So please, can someone read the question 2 for us again? Question 2.
Evaluate the suitability of the different transport modes, that is road, rail, sea, and air, for Universal Manufacturing Limited's operations. Recommend the most appropriate transport modes for A, domestic distribution within Ghana, B, exporting bulk products to Europe, and then C, urgent delivery of high-value products to North America. Justify your recommendation. The question, please.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Japo. So I think with the question 2, we have to evaluate the suitability of roads, rail, sea, and then air transportation or transport. So we will take it one by one. So we have to like compare these transport modes to know how they can help us. So please, we will pick one mode. We talk about its cost. We talk about its speed. Is it reliable or not? Then we move on. Mr. Jackson.
Okay, madam. Thank you. So let me talk about the transportation modes. So I'll be talking about the mode. I'll talk about the benefits, and then I'll talk about some of the demerits.
Okay.
Just a few that I've just outlined over here. So first of all, let me talk about the air freight. When you're going through the air, you realize that it is one of the fastest mode, and then it is very reliable. It is fast and very reliable, and its demerit is that it's quite very expensive, and then its capacity sometimes is limited. Okay, now when I look at the C2, the C, some of the advantages will be that it has a lower cost for bulk and then international shipments. When you are transporting a lot of items and you go by sea, the cost is somehow down as compared to the freight or the air. And then its disadvantage is that with the sea, the timing is slow. Okay, sometimes you can take a month, 2 or 3 before you can receive your items. Let me talk about rail. For rail, the cost effective for large volumes, it has to do with cost. If it's enough, if it's a lot, then it's quite cost effective, and then it is also environmentally friendly. Okay, but then the disadvantage is that in Ghana here, we have our rail lines are quite limited. The rail infrastructure is very limited. If like we had it across and very accessible to every part of the country, and then we can say that, oh, it's good, but that is quite limited. And then when it comes to road too, we know that it's one of the cheapest and then one of the very reliable ones that you can think of. It's flexible in terms of you delivering items to people directly. Let's say the door to door, you can use that. Also for short distances, within the country, you can still use it. But then the disadvantage with the road too is that the traffic situation, the fuel consumption, the accidents on the way, and even worse, particularly in these times that the rains are here with us, when there are choke gutters and all that, moving from one side to the other becomes very, very challenging and then difficult. So, in a nutshell, I have just outlined the four modes of transportation. I've given their advantages and then their demerits, that's their disadvantages. Maybe others, if they deem fit, can add on. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Mr. Mal.
Yeah, thank you, madam. Please, I would first of all talk about the distribution within Ghana, the domestic distribution within Ghana. I will recommend road as a means of transportation, the road transport. The road transport is very suitable. It's a very suitable option for the domestic distribution. This is because it offers flexibility and then also direct access to customers across the country. And it also allows products to be transported from the investor manufacturing warehouse directly to retail outlets, and then distribution centers without the need of any additional handling, okay, or other different routes, other mode of transportation. Remember last week, in Dr. Dabilah's lecture, he spoke about some roads that have alleys. Okay, now an alley is a kind of road that it's an access road from the main road, okay, to other sub localities. So when, let's say, a heavy vehicle cannot ply that route, you can upload those items into a small mini truck. You mentioned of the tricycle, the aboboya and others. So these aboboya, they can use the alleys that are not appropriate for these bigger vehicles. Okay, so for domestics, it is the best. And then, so that means my justification are that it provides door-to-door delivery services. It is suitable for varying shipment sizes and also offer flexibility in route selection. Okay, and as I mentioned of the Abobo, you are using the alleys. And also has easily accessible across the major towns and then the cities. For the exporting bulk product to Europe, the sea freight is the most appropriate mode for exporting large quantities of product to Europe due to its cost effectiveness and then also high carrying capacity. My justifications are that it is economical for large volume shipment. It is suitable for long distance international transportation. It can accommodate bulk cargo efficiently. There are some airlines that have that are cargo airlines. They are not directly passenger airlines, but they are cargo. So they can also take some kind of bulk items too. And also it produces lower emissions per unit transport compared to the sorry, what I mentioned is the sea freight. So the sea freight also have cargo. So it produces lower emissions per unit transported compared to the air freight. Then I'll also talk about agents. Okay, I will leave it here for other colleagues to also join in. So thank you.
Okay, thank you, John. So I think I'll also add up. With the urgent delivery of high value products, I think I will also mention the air freight, which provides faster delivery, high security, and then better reliability. And then I'm recommending that because it meets urgent customers' demands. Because it's very fast. The customer orders and then it gets to the customer's post very fast. And then it reduces transit time. And then it's also suitable for valuable electronics. So I think that is also my intake in that. Mr. Asiedu.
Hello,
Yeah.
Gabriela. Gabriela, please, before Mr. Shedu comes in, let me conclude. Well, though we are talking about the road transportation and then the sea freight and then the airlines. I will suggest that the Universal Manufacturing Limited, okay, they should adopt a combination of transportation modes based on the nature of the shipment, okay, and then customer requirements. They should also consider the cost structure and what the delivery agency, okay, because if you want an item to be delivered and it's urgent, you can't rely on the sea or with the road, considering other factors. So that means you have to use what? The airline. So they should employ different modes of transportation. They should adopt different modes of transportation based on these factors. Okay, thank you.
Thank you too. Thank you too. Mr. Asiedu, please come in now.
Thank you. I just want to play a little devil's advocate here by asking questions so that we all get more understanding. The very first one Tony raised when it comes to the domestic distribution within Ghana. He recommended that road transport is the best, and he gave some of the reasons. So I want to ask, what are some of the challenges that we will face when opting for road transport? And then the challenge is, how are we going to minimize those challenges or solve it? Thank you.
Okay.
So
So
a
this
question to all
is
of
for the
us.
whole class, right?
Yeah, so that we all contribute more with respect to the road transport.
Okay. So the challenges that comes in when we choose road transport.
Yes. Even though it's the best, I'm sure we'll be facing some challenges. So these challenges, how are we going to solve it if we were to be in that company?
I think our first challenge would be the traffic congestion. Because we faces traffic a lot, and traffic will delay the delivery. So with this, I think the company should rather have a route optimization system that will help in giving them maybe a shorter route to take, or a route where the traffic is a bit minimal in order to deliver their products in a fast space.
Okay.
Okay. Mr. Reginald, please come in.
Yes, colleagues. I think we are providing a lot of answers, but our direction, for me, is a bit off, because this is how I understand the question. So, in context of the question, when we look at the domestic markets or domestic distribution within Ghana, in the context of the question, I think what it is asking is, so when it comes to that particular one, what are the available modes of transportation? So what transportation modes are available for that particular site? And so I like it when, I don't know the first person who started, but I think the person evaluated by stating the advantages of road transport, rail transport. Obviously, within Ghana, you cannot talk about sea, so road, rail, and then air. Then once those advantages have been and disadvantages have been looked at, then now we can say, okay, we are recommending road by virtue of it being the most accessible, the one that can carry the most volume and all that. Like for me, I feel like why don't we channel it in the direction of the question? That's my contribution.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Mr. Sedu, please, do you want to say something?
Oh, today the trouble come. Okay. From what our brother just said, I think the understanding is clear, and that is what we're doing. Because the very first colleague that tried to answer, he explained all the mode of transportation, and that is what the question was saying. And after that, we'll try and then first link it to domestic distribution within Ghana, which of this mode of transportation is feasible for that one. After that, we'll move on to the second one and the third one. And I believe Tony also came in, was also trying to explain when it comes to the domestic distribution, and he opted the road for that one. So I came in to ask if road is the best, even though it is best, what are some of the challenges we still face, even though it's best, and how are we going to solve those challenges when it comes to domestic distribution within Ghana? I don't know if I'm still clear with, if it is still clear with all of this. So Reginald, are we on track?
Hello, Mr.
Yeah,
Shebi.
hello. Yeah.
Hello,
Sorry.
Mr. Shebi. Mr. Shebi.
Yes.
Yeah. Please, to your question, I would like to give some answers to your question about the challenges and then also what to consider when you want to opt for the road.
Hello, Tony.
Please, can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes,
please.
we can.
I said I would like to answer your question to the challenges and also what you would consider if you want to choose for the road that is using it, adopting for domestic purposes. So now, for the factors or the consideration, I'll look at the distance, the distance within Ghana. I mean, domestically. So the road transport is suitable for the short and what medium distances. So for a very long international journeys like the sea or air, the transport may be more economical. Okay, so first of all, we'll look at the distance wise, the distance. Okay. Now the cost. If it is a short distance or a medium distance, we will also look at the cost involved in it. Definitely, someone will also talk about the kind of track that you will use. Well, it's also another point. So we'll look at the fuel cost as well. Okay, the fuel cost. Some vehicles consume, because of their huge size, they will consume more fuel. Some also consume or less fuel, depending on the size of the truck and also the fuel tank as well. And then the vehicle maintenance cost. We all know for a very large vehicle, when it breaks down on the road, it is costly to repair those ones than the medium than the small ones. Or if you want to compare a big truck with a boboya, then you look at even the driver wage. the driver. If a driver is commuting an item, okay, using a long distance, it's costly. Okay, I hope you all agree with me. It is costly. So all this one will come under the cost. And then leaving the toll and then the road charges. We have tolls in some areas of our on our roads. So at every stop or every point, you pay a toll. Okay, right in Ghana, it was recently scrapped. I don't know if they want to implement it again, but before it was happening. When you are using the motorway, when you reach the toll booth, you pay a toll fee, and other road charges as well. So, but right there, the road transport is often cost effective for domestic distribution, but can become expensive over long distance. We can also talk about the nature of the goods. It also matters. Delivery speed, accessibility, infrastructure quality too also matters a lot. And then security as well. Okay. And then also for the challenges, we will encounter traffic congestion. That one day we can't escape it. So road congestion can significantly delay the deliveries, especially in the major cities, and then busy transport corridors as well. And then the impact of this one is what delayed deliveries. It will increase fuel consumption. So when you're in the traffic, when there's a traffic congestion, your vehicle is not moving. As it is the engine is on, it's consuming fuel. Okay, your AC too. We are also using the AC. Right. And then when this happens, the customer will be dissatisfied. Even we commuters, passengers, when we are on these buses and there is your way to work and there is traffic congestion, what happens to you? You become dissatisfied. Okay. And then the rising fuel costs. Recently, fuel has also increased to 15, petrol and then diesel. All right. So it directly affects transportation expenses. The impact could be high logistics costs. It will reduce your profit margins. It will also increase your freight charges as well. You can talk about the poor road infrastructure too. Okay. Some roads may be in poor condition, leading to vehicle damage. Now that the rain has set in, look at our roads, they are getting spoiled too. Long transit times. So a journey that can take you about 45 minutes will take you about 2 hours to arrive. And also increase your maintenance cost because whilst your vehicle is damaged, you have to do maintenance as well. Then security likewise. So it can also we can talk about the cargo theft, right? Cargo theft. Recent somewhere last year, where I was in I think a trailer got spotted somewhere on the road for some hours. And then I saw someone coming around the trailer to pull some of the drains from the trailer. Okay, so we can experience all these steps and then hijacking. We can also talk about vandalism. When a vehicle is spotted on the road, you realize that someone will come over and then maybe hit your windscreen or even take your battery out and other things too. All right. So I've spoken about the challenges and also what you should consider when opting for the road. All right. Thank you. I hope I've answered your question.
I think it's for the whole class. I am okay, but I don't know for others.
Okay. I believe everyone has understood the answer for you, this question. I think we can proceed.
All right.
So I think we are almost done with the question 2 too. Or
So we are done with the distribution within Ghana. If any other person is having any contribution, then we just add it to it. Then we'll move to the exporting bulk products to Europe.
please, any contribution, any suggestion, any addition? Want to say something?
Hello.
Yes, please.
So I would like to just make some few comments about the BIPA, that's exporting bulk product to Europe.
Okay.
I think the best option among all the modes that are available is by sea, because it's bulk product, and you're looking at the distance. I would like to say my justifications are sea freight. It's the most cost effective for bulk transport, because one, we are also looking at how to lower the carbon emissions to align it with the customers. To align it with the customers' sustainability pressure from Europe. We can also look at how fast it is if you want to compare it to, especially maybe rail and road, which I believe are not available currently. There is no road from here to Europe that you think that it's easy for you.
There is.
Despite the fact, okay, even if there is, I know the sea will be the fastest in terms of cost effective, and also even though somebody might say that despite using sea, you could say that we were given some challenges that has to do with the efficiencies at the port, but it still remains the most efficient mode when it comes to bulk product from Ghana to Europe, because it is potentially, I would say, the potentially multimodal usage. It will use sea wherever you are conveying your product to the port. You might use maybe road and also use the sea to convey at the end of the day, or the railway lines and also the sea. So that is what I could say with that, the second part. Thank you.
Thank you too. Please, any addition? Any addition?
Okay, a question.
Okay, please.
All right, our brother just highlighted a lot of things, which my side, I do agree with him. But my question is, you see, with sea freights, normally we do plan ahead before we proceed. So the question is, in the case where there is emergency, and then the products, let's say with this question, the electrical products, they are bulk, we need bulk more, and still we're supposed to use the sea. How are we going to handle it? The thing is emergency, and the quantity is more, and the best mode is the sea. How do we handle it? For instance, during these COVID times, we needed more drugs, and maybe the drugs, it wouldn't be advisable to use air because of the quantity, and we're supposed to use sea. In this case, how are we going to handle it? Thank you.
Hello.
Yes.
Yes, please.
So basically, sea freight is not best known for emergency situations. As we all know, less like you said, in terms of when it was COVID-19 and some vaccines needed to be transported into the country. For emergency purposes, you can never use sea freight to be successful, or to make it, let me say, for you to achieve what you want to achieve. It is best that you use the other options that are available, because, like you said, the sea fleets are mostly planned, and there are a lot of times that you cannot do anything about it. You cannot do anything about the speed, sometimes the speed of the ship that is transporting the product, because they also have, because they are huge, they have a special limit to which they have to speed up. So for emergency purposes, we can only rely on the other ones. I believe sea freight will not be best for emergency purposes. So that is what I can say in that manner. Thank you.
Okay. And follow-up question. I indicated 2 factors: 1, emergency; 2, bulk. So in this case, how do we handle the bulk?
If
I'll
it's
put
still,
my
if it
hand
is,
down.
oh, sorry, let me finish this and then you come on.
Oh,
Sorry.
but okay.
If it is emergency and it's still bulk, you still have to look at the best option that is available. If it is bulk and you can use, let me see, you can use flight and also break down the product into various sections that you can convey, that will be better. But if you are not in hurry, the best option for bulk is C. But if it's an emergency product and it's still bulk, you have to use the other options to the best of my knowledge, and also what is available, the data and information available. I think that should be the best. Thank you.
Okay. Sir Jude, don't put your hand down. We are waiting for you.
So I think Gabriela is gone off a bit. So with this
No,
question,
I'm
I think
around.
okay. So you see, academically, I'm answering this from two perspectives because I'm practicing. I'm also in school. Academically, I'll go with what Mr. Sikachu just said. If this is urgent, then you go with the other mode of transport. But practically, currently I've ordered some items which is very, very urgent. So the company, what he has to do is that the things are very bulky. He has to go by sea transport. So because it's urgent and he wants to satisfy his customer, so that we'll keep the customer loyalty thing ongoing. What he chose to do was he chose both options. So he used the air freight to satisfy us for the interim within the time that the ship will arrive. So if, let's say, that the product is urgently needed and it will take the ship 6 weeks to arrive, he gives us something that will last us for the 6 weeks through air transport so that we get something to run. Whilst he used the bulk aspect of the product by sea. So by the time, so in this case, he used both modes of transport just because of customer satisfaction to keep relationship. He used air to give us a few of the product, to transport a few of the product so that we can run. Whilst he used most, or let me say about 90% of the other items by sea. So in this case, I would say the company used two modes of transport in this very situation you ask. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Miles.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, beautiful. Although the sea freight is cost effective for bulk shipment, the particular company should manage emergencies by maintaining a safety stock or a buffer stock, and then use the real-time tracking systems, and also develop contingency plans. Okay. Then also you have to diversify your transportation modes. Okay. And then you have to also work with reliable logistics partners. So all these will help minimize your disruptions and maintain, a customer service even when unexpected events occur. Okay, so what I want to say is, if your items will be delayed, it is common that shipment delays. You have to maintain a good buffer stock. You don't have to wait till you run out of stock before you place an order. Okay, so how would you ensure that? You have to have what? A real-time tracking to monitor your inventory tools, to monitor your inventory stock, to ensure that you have the right stock, you don't run out of stock, even if shipment delays. Okay. Then also you have to diversify your transportation modes. If your items are going to be delayed, then you have to switch to other modes of transport. You don't need to rely on only the ship. Thank you.
Okay.
Gabby, please come in and let's complete the question 2 if we go for break.
Hello? Class?
Yes.
We are here.
Okay. Okay, so please, Mr. Asiedu, are your questions being answered? Can we move on to the next?
Yes, please. Yes,
That's
please.
the agent. Okay, the question you asked was on agent deliveries, right?
Yes. The factors were to, even though it is urgent, but then the items were bulk.
Okay.
And I think Jude gave me a clear understanding by using the examples he gave.
Okay. So please, can you conclude on the question 2 for us? A summary of the question 2.
Question 2, but left with the urgent delivery on high value products to North America.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm talking about the whole question 2. Let's conclude on it, then we go for break.
Hey.
Like a summary.
So says in the conclusion,
Okay.
from my understanding, a combination of road, sea, and air transport provide the best balance between cost, speed, and flexibility, and customer service for Universal Manufacturing Limited. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Miss Jasmine. Miss Pepper, you wanted to say something?
I thought we were now going to the third aspect, which is for the urgent deliveries, but I think
we are done with question 2.
Okay, so that's fine.
Okay. So please, should we go for the break now and come, or we should start with question 3? When it is 10, we go for break.
Please, let's start there.
Okay. Do we all agree?
I think we have some few minutes. So I think we have some few minutes. One of our sisters just mentioned something relating to the urgency aspect. Can we use these few minutes to complete that one? Somebody just raised that one.
But with that particular one, we've solved it too. So okay, let's continue. Mr. Judas, lead. Roll the ball.
The urgency aspects. So I think the best one, as we've already said, is the air freight. So why are we saying it is air freight? So we get the understanding from there, then we are done with it. So somebody can also help by giving us reasons why the air freight is the best for urgent issues.
For me, I think because it provides the fastest transit times, and then there is a high volume, high level of security in there. Am I to explain that? You all understand?
I believe also, in addition to what you just said, I believe also that the air freight is the best in terms of urgent deliveries because it helps. It helps the company to meet the urgent customer demand or needs. Also, if we compare it to the other ones, that is either rail or the sea, it is the fastest also, despite its challenges of cost and also probably high emission compared to the sea. It's still the best outcome in terms of urgent deliveries to North America. We have to be specific because urgent deliveries within Ghana, it might not be the best. Because there are some places that lack the infrastructure, but we have to put the emphasis on where they said it's going to, North America. Thank you.
Thank you, too. Yeah, Mr. Tete.
Okay, good morning. Just to add a little with the freight air freights with regards to theft, as mentioned in the road mode, because of the limited transit time, it reduces the risk of theft and other damages to the products. Thank you. Gabby, you are muted.
Gabby, you are muted. But Reginald's hand is on, so maybe they can come in since Gabby is muted.
Okay, so if it is to North America, then I would say there are only two modes of transportation available to us. That is the air freight and then the sea freight. However, when you compare the two, then if it is for an urgent delivery, air freight stands out simply because it's going to provide speed, reliability, and then security, regardless of the fact that it is costly. Thank you.
Please, I'm sorry. I had a call from work. I'm sorry. Okay, Mr. Reginald, thank you. Mr. Siedu.
Yeah. And please, here too, I just want to ask a question, a practical one, and then.
Okay.
Okay. And please, we're talking about the urgency aspect of it when it comes to electronics. My first question, how is electronics, when it comes to electronics, how can we say that it is urgent in this aspect? One, and then two, even if we are considering the urgency of it, won't cost also go high? And this is the case, maybe a particular appliances, maybe it's 10 cities, 20 cities, or 100 cities. And then you're trying to airlift that appliances to this place or to wherever it is going. Won't it be very expensive? Thank you.
Yeah, Miss Pepper.
Yeah, so I wanted to answer from the bottom to up. And so
Yes.
with regards to the cost, we all know that air freight is the fastest, but it is the most expensive. So by all means, you would have negotiated with the customer and laid down all the possible costs that will be associated with that mode of transport for the customer to have agreed before you use that one to transport.
Okay.
Otherwise, the company is just going to be drowned in debt. It can't, I mean, it is working to make profit, so it can't assume all the cost. So by all means, there has to be some communication between the manufacturer and then the customers abroad for them to agree that yes, it is urgent, we need it, and we are willing to pay if you are going to use air freight for as means of transportation. And then the first one you asked, can you repeat that one for me? The first part of
Actually, I was just trying to weigh how how strong is it when it comes to electronics that we can say that it is too much urgent that the company can't wait for us to go through the normal process. I said that because when it comes to maybe medicals, that one we can weigh the urgency of it. But comparing the electronics, maybe somebody can explain more to it.
So assuming that there is a customer in North America that is waiting for probably some accessories or parts of the electronics to do something or to continue to manufacture a product up there. Probably they have some high customer demand already. So if it is possible that it can be that agent that would require air freight as a mode of transport, depending on what the customer might be using the items for. So as for the possibility, it is there.
Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Sedu, are you okay?
Yes, please. Thank you.
Okay. You're welcome. Mr.
Madam,
Hugo.
please, can I come in?
Mr. Hugo, yes, please.
I think it is time for break, so if you can hold
Yeah.
it for now so that after break. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you very
Okay.
much.
You're welcome. Okay, so please we resume at 10:31.
So now I wanted to say something.
Richard wants to
Okay.
say something. Let him finish.
Okay.
About the agency of a product. You can classify a product as being agent depending on how you want it or how fast you want it be delivered to you. Maybe the customs are on your neck, as how my sister has just said it. Your customs are on your neck, and you are stock out. So you need a product to satisfy your customers. Or let's say that electronic items will be used for something urgently in the country. You can classify it under agency, that it is needed for you or it is needed to be delivered fast. So to classify something as agent, that doesn't mean we have a particular product that will be classified as agent. It depends on how you need the product. Thank you. Can you hear me?
Thank you. Yes, please.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you for the additional information. Thank you. Please, are we okay now?
Yes, madam, we are.
So we can go on break and then return.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay. So we come back at 10:33.
Okay.
So we will continue with question 3. Mr. Ike, please can you read question 3 for us?
Yes, please.
Okay.
So, question number 3. Discuss how multimodal transportation could help Universal Manufacturing Limited. Universal Manufacturing Limited address its current logistics challenges. Explain the advantages and potential risks associated with adopting a multimodal transport strategy. Let me take it again. Discuss how multimodal transportation could help Universal Manufacturing Limited address its current logistics challenges. Explain the advantages and potential risks associated with adopting a multimodal transport strategy. Thank you.
Thank you too. So here we are talking about multimodal transportation. And then we all know that multimodal transportation involves using 2 or more transport modes under a coordinated transportation system. So, for example, a product may be transported by a truck from the factory to the port, then shipped by sea to another country, and then delivered by road to customer. That is a multimodal transportation. We know that already, all. Please, are we aware of this multimodal transportation?
Please come again. I'm getting confused. Please come again.
So we say a multimodal transportation involves in like using 2 or more transport modes.
Yeah.
Under a coordinated transportation system. So I gave an example that a product may be transported by truck from the factory to a port, then shipped by sea to another country, then delivered by road to the customer.
Wow. And this one
Hello.
not intermodal. What you said was intermodal.
This is intermodal.
What you said it was intermodal. Because multimodal is
Sorry.
internal. Hello.
No.
Multimodal is internal transport.
Isaac, we can't hear you. Oh, Frank, sorry.
Hello.
Yeah,
yes.
hello.
Yeah, I think what you said is intermodal. What
So
you said was intermodal.
How do you understand by multimodal?
Multimodal example, conveying a goods on a train, to maybe conveying a goods on a train. Then you discharge the goods and then you take a transport, a road transport to different destination. It's in the same enclave, but on the intermodal, no, from a country to different country, like what the example that you gave.
Okay. I also want to make a little suggestion. Even
Okay.
with respect to what Gabriela just said, yes, it is intermodal. Immediately it leaves one country to another country.
To another.
International.
Yes.
Intermodal. But even if it's still going to use ship, let's say for instance Ghana, we can still transport goods from Temaport to Takrady.
Yeah.
And still it is multimodal.
Multimodal, yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, so let me also add up. So let's say we produce goods at the factory.
Please, who is talking? Who was doing the talking?
Okay, so I was talking.
Okay.
So I just wanted to add up to what was said earlier with a multimodal. So then, assuming we are in a factory and then we've undergone production, we are done producing. So after production, we move the things that we have produced by road to another facility. Okay. Then after moving it from road, we realize that probably the production that was done, we are supposed to ship outside. Okay. So when we move it from the factory by road, we send it to the port. To the port that we go and move from the port, we put it on a vessel, and then we want to send it outside. And when it gets to wherever it is, then they also receive it from the vessel and then transport it by either road or by rail. And then it finally gets to the customer. So this then becomes multimodal. We are using multiple transportational modes to move the items from one place to the other. That's how I understand multimodal, that it involves the movement of goods which uses two or more transport modes under a single transportation, let's say agreement or contract. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Please, who again? Beautiful.
Yes, thank you. So I'm looking at the question. So what has been said so far, I'll just build on it. I will not go back and forth with it. But I'm looking at the question. The question says, address its current logistics challenges. That is the Universal Manufacturing Limited. Now, when we look at the case study, the company's challenges they spoke about is increased transportation costs, delayed deliveries, inventory imbalances, and customer complaints. When you come down there somewhere, they also spoke of is it carbon emission or something? I think it's somewhere in the case. So based on these challenges that I identified in the case, I would say that I don't want to dwell into the multimodal so much. Already we've spoken about it. As we said, is a combination of different modes. That is a road, rail, sea, air, under a single contract within. Now, some of the advantages I'll see here is that that is to address this issue is we get cost reduction. So using train or let's say ship, train for the long haul. Let's assume you want to use truck to ship your things to send your things to is it South Africa or something, and you want to use a truck, or let me say Nigeria. Sometimes using the ship, which is in transit, will be cheaper than to use let me say a truck. Some use trucks based on their let me say their operations, but in this case, when you use the ship for a long haul, it becomes cheaper than relying solely on truck. So in this case, the multimodal system will help the company to reduce costs in its operations, which is one of its challenges. And we also spoke of carbon emissions somewhere. Their clients want them to operate in a manner where there will be a carbon emission reduction. So a combination of sea and rail in shipping generates a smaller carbon footprint, which than a long haul trucking or air freight, for instance. So that is a carbon emission aspect. And also, let me say, it allows the firm to reach inland global markets that ports cannot service directly. So with the multimodal, let's say there is a ship that would dock at Takrady Port from Tema Port. From there, we will now transport the goods, as Mr. Sifi spoke about, by road. So as a long haul, when you use the ship, it's cheaper as compared to the using only one-way mode of transport. So this is what I will speak for now. Later, I'll talk about the potential risk as the question is demanding. Thank you.
Okay, thank you too. Please, who again? Mr. I said your hand was up.
I think Mr. Tufo has explained it. I'm okay.
Okay. So who again?
A question.
Okay, please.
Please, it's to those actually in that field. I'm a layman, so I always want to understand what is actually happening on the ground. Please, transporting goods from Tema ports via the sea to Takrade port, and then transporting the same goods by road from Tema port to Takrade port. Which of them is expensive and stress-free?
Please, those who deal in transport. Those who deal with
Yeah, those who do
transporting
transport help
goods.
me. I'm considering both because when you go by sea from Tema to Takrade, let's say a container, when you get there to, you have to offload it into a different track before maybe it gets to the destination. So here we are experiencing the multimodal, but I'm looking to the stress involved. You load the vessel will move from Tema to Takrade, you offload it, put it on a container. The container will now move from there again to the actual destination. Comparing this to straight up loading the container from Tema Port, straight using the road to the destination, which of them will be less expensive and stress-free? Okay, Mr. Zedu, I think in your analogy, you've even explained it. Okay, so for what I know, when you are moving something like that from Tema to Takrady, let's first of all talk about the time frame. It wouldn't be because of just your container or just one container that the vessel would have to leave Tema to Takrady. You get me? That will mean that the vessel, after its docking, it must ensure that it has multiple or it has enough cargo that is sending to Takrady. By which time, if the, let's say, container was on the road, I'm sure maybe it would have crossed Kaswa, would have started its journey. Now, when it's fully loaded and it's being sent to Takrady, over there on the sea, they might not necessarily encounter traffic like encountering traffic on the road. Okay, so they will still get there. But you rightly also said that when it gets to Takrady, now you have to take it off the vessel again, put it on another car, another cargo car, to be able to transport it to its final destination. So assuming it was en route a cargo car, when it gets to Takrady, it will not necessarily have to go through the port. It's going straight to its destination. Okay, so then if we have to do away with this traffic issue, if we have to do away with this carbon and all those things, like the transportation would have been best. Okay, but when we use the vessel to, at the end of the day, we will get there all right. But one, I am looking at the vessel being loaded. I'm sure a vessel can never leave until it's fully loaded to get there. Then when it gets there too, we have to load another cargo car to be able to send to its destination. By the time this one would have probably, hopefully reached its destination, all things being equal, barring all the road construction and every other thing, it would have, because on a cool day, I did not be in the traffic, the road construction at the Kasua, Winneba, Cape Coast Road. I know from Accra to Cape Coast, without that construction, should have taken you like 3 hours. Without the construction on a cool day, on a normal speed, 3 to 4 hours. So let's add, let's say 2 hours to it. Let's say 5 to 6 hours from Accra to Takrady. You'd have gotten there. Now, that 5 to 6 hours, there could be a possibility that the vessel would, as it is docked, would have to wait for it to be loaded. And it can take about 3 to 4 hours or 5 hours to get all the load over there before it can move. So for me, I feel the vessel would be okay, will be convenient, to be fine, but the car too wouldn't also be a bad idea. Looking at how urgent the thing is, unless it has been scheduled that on this date the vessel leaves. So if you have a container, get it on board. Then by which time it will be ready. But if not, then I think barring all circumstances, and if we had a normal way, I think the car would have been okay. Just my thoughts though. See, I'm done.
Okay,
Okay, I
Mr.
think Gabri.
Tufo.
Yes, so I think Ike has said it all. Obviously, the road transport will be cheaper and even faster in this case, unless you rather want to compare it with rail, which would have been more, more closer to compare and to pick the best out of the lot. And so for that matter, I think Ike has justified this issue for us. That is the road transport. So I think I was having a different view on something, but I was just trying to check the duration that would take a truck. And also, let's say the company is located at the port, the warehouse at the port, but when you put all things together, still the road transport will be cheaper. So I believe in this case, it will rather go, let's say a road transport and a road transport will rather match this very scenario than the ship or the sea. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So, Mr. Siedo, is your question answered?
Yes.
Okay. Please, let's move on. Someone wanted to explain the potential risk or the risk involved.
Yes. So with the potential risk with the multimodal transport, it's just like a supply chain, as we all know. We are talking of these are coordinated challenges. So let's say relying on multiple carriers it requires a perfect timing, because the timing is very key and very important here, because if one leg of the key actors in the chain delays, it will disrupt the entire schedule. So I'll talk of coordination challenges. So we are expecting goods from one end to the other. So perhaps there's a congestion, there are traffic congestion, there are car breakdown, vehicle breakdowns, there are other issues. If there's a delay in one, or there's a disruption in one, it will affect the entire chain. And also I'll talk of I'll talk of loading and unloading cargo multiple times increases the risk of damaging fragile consumer electronics, for instance. Exactly. So the loading and offloading comes with that kind of risk. I would like to end here.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Tufo. Ms. Vinolia.
Please, I would like to add
Please,
something.
I would also like to talk about increased documentation,
Okay.
because you need to use multiple transport modes. You need to use different documentations also. That's what I want to talk about.
Okay.
Please, I want to talk about infrastructure gap, or the gap in infrastructure. Looking at in Ghana, looking at our road networks that are not too good. If when it depends on where the company is producing or where the stocks are going to be moved to, either the hub or the ports. It makes it gets a lot of infrastructure challenges. If the road network is very bad, it could lead to vehicle breakdown or challenge of the vehicles accessing the port areas. That will delay eventually the product from moving. So infrastructure gap is what I want to talk about. Thank you.
Thank you, too. Please, who again? Mr. Savior.
Please,
Hello.
Our sister Vinolia, she mentioned documentation to be a potential risk. Can she explain it better for me?
Documentation.
Yes.
Okay, so let
Did
me
she say
touch.
documentation?
Yeah, she mentioned
Yes, I said.
documentation.
Okay.
Okay, Vinolia, please, you want to answer it, right?
Oh, please go ahead with it.
Okay, so I just want to share a little idea on that. Okay, so let's assume you are doing cargo. You need a way bill. Okay. You are doing freight. You need a way bill. You are doing this thing, vessel. You need a bill of lading. Okay, so at any given point in time, assuming you are moving it into Ghana, you need your airway bill to check. It has to go through customs clearance and every other thing. Once it is in Ghana, it gets to Ghana, and you are moving it from the port to a different location, you need a way bill again to tell that, oh, these are the documents that I'm sending. In this time around, the way bill, the ones that you got from the one who shipped it up there, you will now have to get a different way bill from the port that you are to the place that you are sending it. Okay, so you get a different documentation for it. And if you would have to probably get somewhere before you break up, and then you go and transport again to, as you are going, if the quantity of whatever you are transporting doesn't reduce, you can write one way bill. If it's a one straight road, you don't have any problem. But if it has to get to a place, okay, you offload some, then you take the rest to another place. At all these stages, you need a way bill, because the police can stop you at any point in time, and then they can cross-check what you have on, and then what is on your way bill. And if it doesn't match, you are going to have issues with it. So that is the documentation. At any given point, once it's not a straight something, at any given point in time, it has to vary and match up to what you are transporting. That's what I can say. So maybe Vinolia.
Please, can I ask a follow-up question?
I said you can.
All right. You see, the question was veered to multimodal, not intermodal. That is coming from a country to another. No, it is multimodal. So it's supposed to be within a particular sector. And then to changing way bills, I don't see to be a risk. So if I can get more, if you can clarify it properly for me.
Hello, can I come in, please?
Okay.
Please, I think what, to the best of my knowledge, what they are trying to say is that if the transactions had been related to only internal, that within Ghana alone, without other mode of transport coming, let's say we are using one transport, for instance, and maybe we are using two transport, but it's within the complexity of the documentation that are involved are limited compared to when it has to go overseas. I think from what Vinolia was trying to say, and also I think Mr. Said also coming in, this is what they are trying to say. If it is not, then they can come in. But to the best of my knowledge, that's what. In terms of risk or potential risk, that's what they are trying to say. That if the complexity of the documentation that will be involved. We are looking at multimodal, so the potential risks, that's what they probably are talking about. Thank you. Hello.
Hi.
I would like to, if the chance is there, I would like to make another point.
Okay.
Is the moderator there, or I can go ahead?
TA, where are you?
Please go ahead there. And then Mr. Asiedu and then Mr. Tufo, please take in charge from here. I have some emergency I have to complete. I beg.
Okay.
But I'm still around.
Looking at the potential risks, I would like to add to it that there is most at times loss of control, because the type of transport are all not within the confines of the company to be able to manage, or within the ambit of the company to manage. And third party mostly come in because we have to use sea or shipment from this country to another country. The third party manages their affairs, and you cannot tell them what to do. They go at the pace they want, so the products get to the destination. So you as a company, in terms of multimodal, you lose control in certain aspect of the transportation within the contract. So that is what I want to talk about. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any
So
other potential risks? Okay, Jude.
yes, that's nice. So I think we have exhausted the question 3, but as we started, let's see and get a recap of what we have said so far as question 3 is concerned. Can anybody just summarize it for us, what we have discussed so far? Talking of addressing the current logistics challenges. So we are asked to explain the advantages and potential risk associated with adopting a multimodal transport strategy. Can somebody summarize what we have learned so far so that we move to question 4? Daniel, summarize it for us. Mr. Dan, are you there?
Yeah, I am.
Yes, so just summarize what we have learned so far for us for the question 3.
So for the question 3, the question was on multimodal, and we all said multimodal is using two or more transport mode under one contract. So it could be by road plus sea, or from railway to sea. That is multimodal. And we are looking at the various elements under multimodal. That's risks, or the pros and cons, the advantage and disadvantage. We said the advantages. We are looking at lower cost of the total transport because of the mode optimization, because we are using 2 or more effective modes of transport. So we by doing that, we lower the cost of our transport. We are looking at reducing the handling and damages as well, because we are using 2, and mostly it's between road and sea. The products are safer in terms of their handling. The products are safer. The goods mostly stay in a container, because we know when we are using sea, and we know we will be using sea from where we are bringing it, mostly in container. When it comes, they pick the container, they put on the ship, they just check and make sure that what is in it is what is actually on the documentation. So it's safe compared to other ones that we might look at. Then we look at carbon emission, because we realize that the company's European market is very much interested in sustainability, and they are complaining about carbon emission. because we use sea compared to maybe air, we are able to reduce the carbon emission to certain level. So those are some of the advantages we look at. If anybody can add some to it when I'm finishing, if I've forgotten it, anybody can add. We are looking at the potential disadvantages or the potential risks that are associated with it. And we made mention of loss of control as a result of you being a company not being able to transport or not be able to control all the transport, because at a certain point in time, a third-party logistics company will have to transport on your behalf. That is mostly by sea. And also, we are looking at the complexity of it, because it's a little complex, and it's most at times it's between from one country to another. It requires some level of coordination and management so that it can be properly done, because you are moving from either railway to ship or to shipping, or from road to shipping. So it need to be coordinated properly in order that the things go well, in order that the things can go well. If not, the time that the ship will be moving, maybe the product is somewhere in Coco, if it is not coordinated, and it causes a lot of delay in the process. We are looking at we also look at the infrastructure gap. And I said earlier on that if we look at the infrastructure gap, it has to do with the limited infrastructure abilities of our country as Ghana. Maybe you move the product from, let's say, Tamale coming down to the south. There will be big potholes. Sometimes the roads are cut off. It has rained, flooding has caused some of the roads to be washed away. As a result, it delays and it prevents the mode of this particular multimodal transport system to work efficiently and effectively. So those are the gaps we've also identified. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. I think you have given us an executive summary of what is expected. Because of time, I would have loved to move on, but if anybody has anything to say about this, you can actually come up with it. If not, okay, Stephen Tete, kindly come up.
All right. Please, I needed a clarification with the summary of Daniel's presentation. However, if I heard him right, I overheard him say that like moving, let's say, the goods by road and then by ship to wherever destination it is. I don't know if that is what we are referring to as the multimodal, because I know multimodal is supposed to be within. It is not at the point of sending it across the nation, the country, or the borders. So bringing the goods from, let's say, by road to the port, and then from the port outside the country, to my understanding, does not qualify to be a multimodal means of transport. I don't know if I am on the right note.
Okay, thank you very much. I actually heard him say using multiple effective, he used the word effective, multiple use of different modes of transport. But I would like Jude Asiedu come in to say what he wants to say. Jude, please come in.
Okay, I think our brother was just trying to link from, he gave an example, let's say from Tema Port to Takrady Port. And if that instance coming is still multimodal, because it's still not outside the country, even though we are using vessels. If it's still within the country, it still falls under multimodal. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Please, are you okay? Mr. Tete, are you okay?
No, please.
You are not okay. So where is your challenge? So that So you are saying that he made an analysis or an example like from the using the sea and then transport. Is that where the challenge is?
Yes. And no, and then the sea was at the point of taking it outside the country. I don't know if I heard him right.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear it like that. But Daniel, please, Mr. Skatu, is that what you said actually? Dan, I actually didn't hear it like that, but since he's here, I wanted him to speak for himself. Please come in.
Okay, so I want us to look at what multimodal is. To the best of my knowledge, I stand to be corrected. Multimodal is using two or more transport mode under a single contract. Are we there? So the analogy I'm making.
Yes, we are with you. Mm-hmm.
The analogy I'm making is transporting a product from one end to another by using two or more means of transport to get to the destination. Are you okay, boss?
Yes,
Yes.
he's okay. His concern was it looks like the way you put it, it looks like something coming from outside, something going outside. Adobia, please come in.
Yeah, I just wanted to clarify something about Daniel's definition of the multimodal. Dr. Dansu made us understand that multimodal is the use of two or more modes of transport, but within the same country. Okay, so it shouldn't go across borders. Once it crosses another border, it becomes intermodal. So I just wanted us to have that clarification. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I think I understand. I think I now understand the question. I use as I went along, I use sea to make an example. The sea transport. I did some comparison. I think that is where he asked the question from. And thank you, Madam Adobia.
But yes, Daniel, you still can use the sea if it is still within the country. You can use it unless it is going outside the country. That is where it becomes intermodal. But if it is still within the country, you still can. For instance, we do transport things from Accra using Volta Lake up to the North Volta. I'm using the lake. And it's still, when we got there, you have to transport it from that place to a vehicle. It is still multimodal, even though you are applying a lake or a sea. And if it is still within the country, you can still consider it as multimodal and not intermodal.
Thank you.
Exactly.
It is true. That is true. But I think I rather ask the question because the perception that anything that we transport from through the sea in Ghana, for example, mostly we target the outside world, outside the country. That is why he also tried to draw attention to it. But I understand it. We are all speaking the same language. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. I think we've been able to digest the question 3 very well. So we'll move to question 4. As professionals as we are being asked to propose how question 4, let me read the question 4. It says, as a transport manager, propose how the implementation of a transportation management system, GPS tracking, IoT technologies, and route optimization software could improve supply chain visibility and transportation performance. So basically, this question 4 is asking for our recommendation as a transport manager. So can anybody start for us as a transport manager based on the case study? What recommendation will you give to Universal Manufacturing Limited? That is where we are. Any hand up? Mr. Siedu. Mr. Siedu, the transport manager. Yes, will you give us a recommendation here?
Yes,
or I should start.
Okay, let me let me see the understanding of the question. That is what I want to bring to our bear. But maybe I might not answer the question exactly. I think from this question, what
line is breaking. Your line is breaking.
Hello, is it okay?
Yeah, it's okay. Please go on.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see if I understand the question properly. If I'm wrong, somebody can easily correct me. It looks like we've been asked to provide technical solutions for transportation, and these solutions, it is geared towards technology, only technology solutions to this problem. So if it is technology solutions, I believe the question has already listed some of the things, some of the softwares needed to be used. So we made mention of the TMS, we made mention of the GPS tracking, and that of the LOT. So I think what we need to do is how beneficial software. So what we need to find out is how beneficial the softwares are to the company. And if you're able to get the benefits of each of these softwares, I believe then we are good to go. That is how I actually understand it. Thank you.
That is very true. That is very true. So please go on.
Please, somebody can help.
Mr.
Please,
Tufo.
any hand. Yes, please. Any hand.
Mr.
Yes.
Tufo. Like
Yes.
Mr. Tidu said, we have to look at the benefit or the importance of these tools that has been listed. So based on those tools, then you can this question can be answered. For instance, let's look at the GPS tracking. What does it do? It can help us to get a real-time location on our product. It can help us to know the times that we can get the products, and also help us to communicate effectively to our customers or to the warehouse when product for manufacturing or production can get to the warehouses for that purpose. And also help us to alert when there are route deviations. When we have GPS devices on a particular container from, let me say, either from the hinterlands or any port coming to our warehouse, either on the road or in that railway, the moment there are deviations on the way, we are able to know, and also communicate back to the track, the reason for which those deviations are happening. If there's anything we need to do to correct it, then we are able to do. It also helps us to be able to avoid theft. That is, there are a lot of companies that some of their products are being diverted as a result of not probably having GPS trackers on the tracks. You see, I think Bost, they use some of these things. There are some fuels that are being transported from here to, let me say, for instance, some part of the country. As a result, some of them are being diverted in the past. But with the use of GPS, they are able to track exactly where the track is at all times. And also, I know the port also uses it, but that one, when it has to do with issues of containers that are going out of the country. So those are the things that GPS can help us to. We can look at the transport management system. We know that the transport management system is also more or less a centralized, let me say, technology that help us to auto-select the best transport or the best means of transport, that the type of vehicle to use for a particular goods, depending on the goods we want to transport. And also it helps us to optimize the road usage by reducing the potential load to the specific vehicle. Like I said, you will not call a vehicle, some people do, because they don't use this kind of technologies. They'll call for a vehicle to come. The vehicle will get there before they will see that, no, this vehicle particularly is not good for this particular product you want to load, or it will cause us a lot of damage when you use it. But with the use of transport management system, it will avoid those things. It's also help us to use general analytics to let me say to what word should I use for the lack of better word? I would say to streamline our transportation models and also optimize our transport. So this is what I can say on that two technologies in on the list. Thank you.
Right. Thank you so much. I think you've spoken about the GPS and the transport management systems. So I think you made mention of the transport management systems who can help the company to choose the best career. I believe you said something like that.
Yes, I said something like that.
Yes. So I want to know, how does it help a company choose the best career, like the best transport or career?
So you see, let me use I will use let me use these large coasters for example. It depends on the type of product and the volume of product you are transporting and the type you have to use. We have various that we have smaller than the big and all those things that they use in the system. If you have a transport management system, the product that because it's a centralized system, the product that as a company you are transporting is also in the system and it is linked to the transport system. So the transport systems will be able to, management system will be able to tell you that this volume of products that are said to be transported, this particular vehicle, fleet of vehicle that we have in our system, or this third-party logistics is the best option for us. You know, in the system, in the transport management system, even if you have third-party logistics companies that you work with, they are all in the system and their capabilities and their capacity of the vehicles they have. So it will be able to tell you that this, even if you don't have as a company, these third-party logistics have this particular transport or this particular vehicle that is ideal for the volumes we want to transport, making your work easier for you. That is what I mean. Then that is how it helps to do that.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Before Jude comes in, so basically, I understand the transport management system too. It automatically compares the career rates. Since it's an automated system, it helps you to compare various rates and then choose the best out of the possible best available. Right. Thank you so much. So Jude, Asiedu, please come in.
Actually, it looks like you've almost answered it. I'd wanted to find out how the TMS works. Like, how do we keep, I don't know how it looks like or how it works. So I wanted to find out if there's somebody here using that software and the person will just explain to me how the whole system, how the software works. That's all that I wanted to know.
Okay, thank you. So, with a little experience, somebody who works with the ticketing agencies, those who do the ticketing and all that, they have a certain software that if they are able to use to check the best, let me say the career that has the best rates if you want an airline and all that. So they use that to also check the dates availability and all that. So it's like a software, it's a system that is implemented, which if you are able to implement that system, you are able to know at every point in time which career is offering the best rate. So by a click of a button, you can see everything at a glance and then choose from. So that is the little knowledge I know about the transport management system.
Okay.
Please, if anybody has any other ideas or information, we can share here.
Okay, please, with your understanding, does it mean that
Hello, Jude.
There is you check to find out whether
Jude, sorry, can you repeat yourself? Because I think we lost you.
We lost you.
Oh, sorry. So is it okay now?
Yes, it's okay.
All right. the software, the answer you gave, I wanted to find out that whether it is being used, maybe if I'm in an industry, we can use it within, or we use it rather to check third-party logistics companies. Like the one you were saying, you said that you're able to find out whether this particular freight or this particular company will give you a better price or something of that sort. So I wanted to find out if we've been using it for only third-party logistics company, or it can even be used within a particular company.
Yes, I think it's usually normally you can also use it in a particular company, but it goes beyond your company's reach to the outside world. So you're able to get more data before you take any decision.
Okay.
Yes, please, are we okay? Does anybody had anything to add? Okay, if that's the case, I think we have more to go. Talking about the as a transport manager, we should propose how the implementation of this IT systems would improve the supply chain visibility and transportation performance. Please, we need more views on these things. I think currently we've spoken of the transport management systems and the GPS tracking. Can anybody talk of the IoT technologies and route optimization software? IoT is the Internet of Things technologies. Does anybody know of any IoT technology that will help improve supply chain visibility and transportation performance? Yes, please. Yes.
I believe I remember your submission you made earlier on in previous course in terms of IoT, where you said that IoT also helps us in terms of IoT sensors. They help us and to regulate a particular, should I say, a temperature of a particular product. There are some of the products, let me say the hospital products, that they have IoT sensors on them. So based on that, they are able to regulate the temperature of, or monitor the temperature of their particular product till it gets to its usage. So by what you are saying, I would say that IoT, for instance, if it is installed on the IoT sensors, if they are installed on the containers, they can help us to monitor the temperature or humidity of whatever product we are looking at to prevent maybe damage or spoilage. That is what I can say. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. You've taken me aback. I think that's very great. So basically, from what you are saying, the IoT, when you implement the IoT sensors, so are we saying there are sensors that we place on, let's say, the shipping containers and trucks? So with this, we are able to get real-time visibility to locate shipments and use smart software to avoid traffic bottlenecks and port waiting times, for instance. So let me, as you said, let me just try to see if I can explain myself here with the IoT. So basically, the IoT sensors are like a tracking device, okay, that are put on the containers, shipping containers and the trucks. That is the trucks en route to whichever destination it is. By so doing, we are able to track the vehicle, just like somebody will say tracker. I have a tracking system on my car. By so doing, we are able to tell at every point in time where the vessel is or where our truck is. And by so doing, we are able to know, and also, when it comes to this transport management systems and all these technologies we are talking about, usually when the fleet are out there, there's somebody also who normally monitors the route and is able to tell a traffic congestion ahead before even a vehicle or a truck gets into it, which they are able to reroute a vehicle to the best routes for efficiency purposes. So this is what I also add on to the IoT and the route optimization. If any other person has any more thing to say, please come up and let's share ideas.
Okay, Jude, thank you. So just to add up to what Jude said, the route optimization uses real-time traffic data and then to determine the possible or the best routes. Sometimes even with our phones, sometimes when you are going somewhere, you want to use the Google map to see if there's traffic ahead, if the road is clear. So it works like that, something around that area. And then what happens is that when you use that one, at the end of the day, if you notice that you're about applying a particular route and you notice the traffic situation over there is very high, you may want to get an option, which in turn reduces your fuel consumption, which reduces your cost as well. And then probably once you're able to beat the traffic, you surely get there on time. So if you have to do some deliveries, you get there on time to deliver. And then the productivity is also something that brings it up. When you use this route optimization, normally it goes to deal away with delays. Okay, because if you have to use, assuming you are moving items from, let's say, you are moving from, let's say, from Kanishi from Circle to, let's say, Kaswa, then you notice that there's a heavy traffic on the Kanishi Dansuman road. But then if you're able to come through the N1, you can bypass that and then go. You quickly have to do that calculation and then you go through that way. Also, when you do the route optimization, like it helps, every customer gets satisfied when we are expecting items and then they arrive on time, they arrive in time. At least it boosts some confidence and it tells that, oh, truly, yes, I can rely on this, my driver. They don't really know what you went through before you got there. But, sometimes some of these route optimization plans will help you to, check some of these things. So in a way, it also helps to, get you to your destination in time. It helps you to beat the traffic. It helps you to be efficient and then productive, so that at least at the end of the day, work will still go on. So I think that's what I have to like. So like the tools that we are talking about, like the technological tools, the TMS, the route optimization, the IoT, the GPS tracking. We are in a modern world, we're in a technological world whereby the application of all these things are supposed to make us work smart, not hard. Okay, so that at least we can beat and cut some delays and then achieve better productivity even as we work. Thank you.
Right, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I think I'll pick Judas Siedu, then I'll go to Stephen Tete next. So, Mr. Siedu, carry on.
Okay, thank you. Actually, I'm truly enjoying this discussion. So allow me to be asking the questions. And please, the explanation both of you just give, the both submissions, I've truly enjoyed it. But I want to know if the route optimization software, if it is similar to the GPS, are they similar or is it the same thing? Because I do use this, the one our brother just said with the Google Map stuff. I've been using it a lot, but just that I don't know whether it falls under GPS or the route optimization. I want to know if they are similar or more or less the same thing.
Okay. Does anybody have answer to this, please?
Yes, I believe they all follow the same principle. Because when you look at this Google map, when you put in a destination, they'll try to find the best route possible for you to be able to get to the place on time. And route optimization software also does the same thing. So I believe they all follow the same principle. Thank you.
Okay.
They might be different, but they follow the same principle.
Okay, so let me just add a little to it before I go to Mr. Stephen Tete. So basically with the GPS, as we always use, basically the idea is to help you to navigate your way from point A to point B. That is basically what it is. But they work together because the GPS has an optimization system in it, which helps us to navigate through. It uses an algorithm that helps us to be able to know the best route available. So I think they work in tandem. So that is what I will have to say to it. Mr. Sia, do you want to say something? Hello, Mr. Siedu. Okay, I think, yeah, you wanted to say something.
No, actually, it was 7:30. I just needed a clarification.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you so much. Mr. Tete, please come up.
All right, so I wanted to add on to your earlier explanation.
Because we've always been using it, but how to know much idea. So I'm okay.
You, Mr. Seven.
All right, so I wanted to add on to your explanation with regards to the IoT devices. And I wanted to point out that these devices sometimes go a long way to prevent accidents on our roads, because some of these devices can detect drivers' behavior whilst on the road. Yeah, so like no seat belts or being on the phone whilst driving, or maybe, in fact, they can monitor real-time drivers' behavior whilst on the road. That was what I wanted to point out. Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I think we are doing justice to the whole thing. But I'm seeing something in the same question. Aside the IoT, the TMS, and the GPS tracking system. So let me say the IoT. I am seeing the question is like implement how the implementation of a transportation management system, GPS tracking, IoT technologies, and route optimization software could improve supply chain visibility. Yes, supply chain is actually a broader something. In our case, we saw, I think we saw something about difficulty balancing inventory. Is there a way an IoT system can help us have visibility in our inventory systems so that we'll be able to manage them effectively? Yes, so that's my question. If it's not clear, I can repeat it. I just want to understand something myself here when it comes to the supply chain visibility with the aid of IoT technologies, or is there a way in our inventory system? I'm just asking this question as a broader question out of this, whether this kind of investment that we are talking about, is there a way it can also help us in managing our inventory?
Okay,
even
so
though it's not directly linked here like that. I just want to find out something.
Yes, so I think in a way it plays a key role. Okay, so when in a setting, in a work setting whereby you have inventory models at your facility that you are using, okay, and it tells you which items are running short, which items are left, and which items need quick replacements. You see, some of these things would go a long way to prompt you. There are systems that once you have everything loaded, once someone requests and you take out, once you key in, it gets you to know that, oh, okay, so as I had this number of items, but as at yesterday in the evening, some people had requested, and then instead of having the 10, I now have 5. So what then do I do? Let me quickly liaise. If it's a contract or whatever that I have with the supplier, let me quickly liaise with the supplier that, Charlie, be on standby. We are running out. The possibility that you might be bringing this is very high. So, some of these things go a long way to help us to determine how we manage inventory. And then more so, the way we communicate, and then the way we get suppliers and then facilities together will go a long way to help reduce inventory problems in our various workplaces. Because once, let's say, I'm using Internet of Things, or I'm using a tracking system, or anything that helps me to identify that I'm running out of stock. So once I know that I'm running out of stock, quickly, I know the processes to go through if I have to issue a new command, sometimes the bureaucratic nature of the way our workplace is takes a longer time for us to get things. So the moment you get to realize that no, at this level, when I go below this level, I'm going to have issues. Once it hits that level, you quickly pull in the trigger, inform the necessary places that you have to do. Then quickly, we can start the process. If we have to start the process, we can start it all again to ensure that by the time the process will be complete, award will be given, we would have stock, we will not run out of stock, so that it can help the facility to move on to continue to work without any shortfall. So I think it goes a long way to help, especially in the management of inventory. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much. So we know all this and we have all these tools at our doorsteps, and yet the public services is struggling with everything, inventory and supply chain. That's so good. Thank you so much. Mr. Daniel Sikachu, please come in. The next Tony will come after you. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Tufo. So, Mr. Seidu have said, inventory management, one key aspect of inventory management is communication. And if we look at all these 4 technologies, it helps us to communicate, or it communicate information to us, or it help us to, one way or the other, communicate with our suppliers or our customers in terms of when they can get inventory, or when we as a company are getting inventory. So to some wild extent, it's all the tools that has been listed have effect on logistics, or I say logistics, have effect on inventory management. And that's what I have to say. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Mr. Tony, please come in.
Thank you. For the busy road, to add to that, I would like to say that when we are talking about it, but we can't do away with the human touch aspects, because it's human beings that are also monitoring them. So in order not to ensure that the facility doesn't run out of stock, we also have to get reliable suppliers. Reliable suppliers. As much as we are using the tool to monitoring these stocks in the facility should also make sure that there is proper communication channels. Okay, yes, you don't have to wait for your inventory to run out before you place an order. So once you get a minimum point, then you place an order. But also placing that order, you should have a reliable partner source. And also you diversify your suppliers, because when you put all your eggs in one basket, you might fail. So that's what I want to add to it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Tony. Thank you very much, everybody. I think we are doing well. I think Mr. Tete, Stephen Tete, want to add something to it. So please come in, Mr. Tete.
All right. I was wondering that these IoT devices, this TMS, does it have the ability to kind of track the number of goods that is traveling from one particular point to the other? Let's say a goods is moving from maybe Accra to Kumasi. Now, because of the distance, the driver is supposed to have a rest. So there is a rest stop. The driver needs to go and then take a little rest, maybe use the washroom and then go. Whilst at the rest stop, when some of the goods is taken out of the lot, is there a device that can detect? So thinking about this, I think the other time we spoke about the blockchain, where let's say if we have multiple warehouses, let me just put it that way, where everybody knows the amount of goods that is coming to a particular place at the same time. I think that will also help in that regard. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much. So from what you have, the question you are asking, basically, you see, with the IoT thing, you will be able to tell. It gives visibility. You'll be able to tell exactly where the driver is and where he is not. I believe every consignment goes with a way bill or whatever bill of lading or a way bill, let me put it that way, for road. Once there's a way bill, I believe wherever destination will also be doing their checks. That is, if the goods are not up to, or the driver will sign up from point of dispatch that the goods that he has been given is exactly up to what he is carrying on paper. So if you are a driver and you go and do this and get your destination and I'm sure the destination, they will also sign for receiving the goods in the right quantity and in right order. So in this case, I am thinking that it can be detected at the point of delivery. That is manually, but I don't know if there's a software which can be able to help detect the weight of the car, whether it is the car is losing weight because some things are leaving the car. It's possible though, but I don't know if anybody has an idea about this that I can share.
Yeah, Mr. Tufo.
Yeah, hello.
Yes, yes, there are some product or stock, depending on how valuable the stock is. Even the stocks are GPSed separately from before the container itself. So it depends on it is not all stock or product, but it depends on the stock. Some product, before they put it in the container, they have GPS tracker on each of them within the container, before even the container. And so it depends. It depends, like you asked. It is not all. Sometimes you have to get to the destination before they realize that maybe there is something has happened to the container. But it depends on the type of stock too. Some of them are also tracked separately within the container before the container is also being tracked. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Mr. Steven Tete, are you okay with this?
Yes, please.
All right. Rosemary, get ready. You'll be reading the question 5 for us, so get the question ready. So I believe with the question 4, Mr. Gordon Botwe will come in, but in the meantime, Rosemary, look for the question 5 and you read it for us. Whilst we pick Mr. Gordon Botwe, please.
Please, I want to know the meaning of IoT.
Okay. Who knows the IoT? It's actually the Internet of Things.
Internet of Things.
That is the full meaning of it. Mr. Jakon, you want to add on? Please come in.
Yes, Mr. Tufo, thank you very much. So, just to add up to what Mr. Tete asked, like Mr. Tufo rightly said, for now, for me, I don't know of any device or any software that tells that I loaded a van, and then once I scan the van, I can tell that I have 10 boxes in that van. In that, each box has about 24 packets of items over there, and each item has about 2 bottles in there. For now, I don't know of that, but what I know is that there is a way bill. Now, once I load a van and I'm sending it out for delivery or something like that, for me to be able to pass through all the checks and every other thing on the road, I need to show them what I am carrying. So that brings up my way bill. My way bill is an indication of whatever I have. So if the driver decides to go and lodge somewhere and relax, which he's entitled to, what we would use to check is that upon arrival at the facility that I'm delivering, there will definitely be checks, like Mr. Tufo said. They will check, because if I am bringing this quantity, then they would also check to confirm. There will be auditors to check. There will be the accounts people, whoever. The team will be there to check that, oh, Mr. Jacob brought this van. Now we are not interested in the van. So he brought about 24 boxes over here. In that 24 boxes that he brought, in each of those 24 boxes has about 2 boxes each. In that 2 boxes, we have this. So that one tells the totality of everything. So if I get to my destination and I realize that, no, I loaded a van that had about 24 boxes, but I get there and I realized that, oh, I still have 24 boxes, but in the 24 boxes, I've lost some of the things. Then that means that when the driver was transporting, something happened. So for now, I think in Ghana here, I don't know of the technological one, but in Ghana here, I know of the manual one. This that we do. So if I'm not able to deliver the exact quantity or items that I have on my way bill, then that means that something happened along the way when the driver was bringing the things to the facility that requested it. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Mr. CEO, the example I want to give is that I'm being told that in the mining sector, some of the chemicals they use for blasting and also in the form of bombs and all those, the one that had a problem with RPAT, because of how dangerous they are, some of them are being tracked separately, even beside the container. And that is what I'm told, that in the mining sector it happens. I stand to be corrected. That's why I made that example also. Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Mr. Tony, please come in.
Hello, good. You were talking about the technology devices. There's just one common technology that is called the RFID, radio frequency identification technology.
Yes.
Yeah, that one. Now, it operates as the barcode system. Okay, but the difference is that the radio frequency technology scans bulk items. It scans bulk items here. So now it will scan the items in the container, but it uses radio frequencies, okay, to do the scanning. Unlike when you visit the mall, they'll be using their scanner to scan each item one after the other. But for this RFID, it scans it in bulk. Okay. And then right now, we use it's a device that I'm using here. Now what happens is that when I pick items from the loading bay, okay, though you'll be giving the way bill, all right. At every stop, you'll be offloading some items. So whatever that you offload, you will key it in the device, and it will reflect in the mainstream that this quantity has been removed. Now, I said earlier that we cannot do this without, it doesn't operate in isolation. Definitely, it's a human touch. So now, if, let's say, you remove more than required, and you get to the mainstream and you realize that you're supposed to upload this quantity, but you upload less or more, the system will detect it. Then you come and explain. It will be that you have upload more than necessary. So then you have to go back and do recounting again. Now, so all that I want to say is that the RFID normally is used in advanced manufacturing companies. They use that, and then foreign companies too. Please, are you with me?
Yes, we are with you.
So these devices cannot operate in isolation. They have to be working with the human touch. Sometimes human beings can also bypass the system. Right. So all this, they have their own advantages and disadvantages. And then the Internet of Things, as our colleague asked, there are any devices that use internet to make our work easier. To cut the short. All right, thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I think we are almost digressing a bit. But these are all things that we are learning. We are learning from. So I think it's in order. Mr. Siedu, please come in.
I just wanted to add up a little. I think all has been said.
Please hold on. Before you finish, carry on from here for me. I think I will have to do some few things with my system. So continue from here for me. I'll join you soon. Thank you.
Daniel is around, so we are not afraid. I just wanted to draw, I think when we're talking about the software or a device, whether the device can be used to detect the quantity of items in a particular box as and when the truck travels. There is a device. Actually, I don't know the name, but there's one in China. What it does is, as and when you are loading the truck, they capture every item or every device, every item or every stock, whatever you are loading. After which you finish loading, they weigh the truck. So after finish weighing, they can now record both the gross weight and then the net weight. So if the truck is traveling, there's a software, just I've forgotten the name, but then I used one, but that one is for trains. So what it says is, the name is Where is my train? So what it does is, as and when you are going, let's say when you move from one place to another place and you want to discharge or offload certain items, immediately you finish offloading, the weight will change from the software. So obviously you will know that something has been taken off. Wherever every station you get, the weight begins to change as and when something goes until you get to your final destination. So it is possible that when something is taken out of the vehicle or the truck, as and when you are going, they can easily detect it, even using the software. They can easily detect. So it is there, but just that maybe it's not here in Ghana or Africa. So here normally we've been using our way bills. When you get to your final destination, we check your way bill. If it corresponding with what we were given before the track set off, they will know that, oh, there's something wrong somewhere. So I think it is there, just that we've not gotten there yet. Thank you. Okay, so any other contribution? Any other contribution with respect to the technology aspect? So we've discussed the TMS. We are done with the GPS and that of the Internet of Things, and then the route optimization. Do we have any other? I think somebody mentioned the blockchain. How does it work here? The blockchain, we need more suggestion. How does it work here? Hello?
Yeah, so I think the blockchain, it's a digital system that records information in a secure and transparent and then unchargeable way across the network. So it records every step of a product's journey from the service and from the source to the customer. And then it prevents this thing, what do you call it? Fraud and fake goods. So it's like a book. It's like a digital record book that everyone can see, but no one can secretly change.
Okay.
So we can all see, but we cannot make changes when it comes to editing on that sort of thing.
Okay. I believe we are all okay with the question 4.
Yeah, I think so.
Yes, we are okay. We can go on.
All right. I think somebody was asked to read question 5. The person can go on now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So question 5. Sustainability has become a major concern in global supply chain. Develop a transportation sustainability strategy for Universal Manufacturing Limited that balance environmental responsibility, cost efficiency, and customer service objective. So that's all. Please continue.
Okay.
Dude, I think the reading was too fast.
Asking us to...
Yes, I'm just trying to get what she read, actually.
Yeah, the question, you read it too fast. Please come to our level.
Okay. Sustainability has become a major concern in global supply chain. Develop a transportation sustainability strategy for Universal Manufacturing Limited that balance environmental responsibility, cost efficiency, and customer service objective. I think, is that okay?
Yeah, this is okay. So we are to develop a transportation sustainability strategy. And I think with here,
Okay.
we are to balance it with the environmental responsibility, cost efficiency, and customer service of the company we are talking about. And then we should implement some sustainability strategies in there.
All right.
So, yeah, I think it's a strategy we all have to develop in order to sustain the transportation.
Okay. So I think from here, we have three key objectives. That is the environmental, economic, and then the customer service.
Yeah.
And then, so let's take it maybe one after the other. The very first one, which is the environmental. So how can an environmental play a role here? Let's digest on that one, then move on to the second one.
Can I come in now?
Yes, please.
So the environment, we are looking at these three elements under the framework or the sustainability strategy. I believe they have the three elements have been. If you look at the triple balance approach of what we were taught initially, it falls under it. So let's look at the environmental responsibility. I believe that first we have to look at the mode of transport that they are currently using. If we change some of the mode, maybe we change from road to railway, and also change from either road to sea. Let's say maybe in order to transport things from Tema to Takrade, instead of by road, we can use sea, which will intend to reduce the carbon emission that comes with road transport. That will help also. It will also take a bulk of the product at once compared to road that will have to take, maybe if we have to transport goods that can, let me say 50 containers, maybe 20-footer containers. Even when we use the double ones that can take more, the 40-footers, we'll still need like 25 to convey 50 containers to Takrady. But by sea, we can easily use one ship to transport all these by sea to Takrady. That reduces also the carbon emission and also gives us some level of sustainability in terms of our environment. And the second thing we'll have to look at under the environment is the fuel consumption and its efficiency. We know that when we use maybe we can look at maybe trying to use these new trucks that are these electric vehicles, instead of using the traditional ones for road transport that gives us a lot of carbon emission. Then we can look at maybe asking that maybe we are giving carbon report on our activities in terms of what level of carbon we as a company emit into the environment each and every time. By doing so, it make us very conscious of what we need to do to be able to reduce these emissions in the system. Sometimes when you don't know the harm you are causing to the environment, you might not know what to do to reduce it. But when we are giving those reports, we get the expert and they give us the report each and every maybe 6 months or annually, and we are able to get as a company, get those reports. we will put in measures to be able to reduce those emissions from the system. Thank you. This is what I can say. Hello. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, hello. Yeah, I think I
Thank
got
you.
okay.
Yeah, Mr. Steven.
We are here.
All right, let me quickly add that with regards to the electric vehicles, at least we can do distances that can that the power or the charger can go and come. Before they say to ask, what if you get to the north and there is no charging system there? Or Daniel, I believe you are side with me.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. At least we know the range based on the battery capacity of the vehicle. We know the range that it will go. So we put all those in consideration. So it will not stop on the way. We will not. Our battery will not run.
I just wrote that question down. I was waiting.
So if anybody has anything to add in terms of the environment, how we can be responsible for the environment. Hello, are we here? Is it my network? Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, so I say under environment, this is what I have. If anybody can also get anything that we can do in terms of saving our environment, the person can come in. Thank you.
I believe with the environment, you raise a strong key that is talking about the carbon emission. So I think the initiative here is to introduce fuel efficient vehicles, which you just mentioned. And then gradually we'll be introducing the electronic vehicles, which you've also mentioned it. But with respect to the sea freight, I don't know how we will link it to. And then also you made mention of, and then how about if you want to improve vehicle maintenance to respect to the carbon emission, is there any link? If there is, then we can also talk about that one too. But then the outcomes we are expecting from this aspect is just that we want to lower greenhouse gas emission. We want to improve environmental compliances and then a stronger cooperative image between yourself and then the other companies. So if somebody can explain more when it comes to the reduction of carbon emission, if not, then we'll move on to the next one.
So, hello.
Yes.
Please. So with the carbon emission, like you said, maintenance can also do something. But at the end of the day, instead of maintenance, we are looking at how we can reduce it entirely. When the vehicle is getting older, once you keep on maintaining, you cannot avoid emissions. Even though you can reduce it to some level, but it's still high. The older vehicle, the higher emissions it gets into our environment. So I think I will be looking at how to reduce it drastically or avoid it entirely for the sake of the environment. But what you mentioned also makes sense. If you don't have any other choice and maintenance is the only one that can help you reduce emission, it is also well taken and it's a good point.
Okay. Okay, so we've made mention of the very first strategy, that is the reducing carbon emission. Is there any other strategy again that we can add to this?
We again said, I made mention earlier on that the type of transport.
Okay.
You assess which one you are using, and based on the type of emissions that get into the environment, you can shift. If you are using road, and I made example with the containers that you have to transport from Tema to Takrady, instead of using road, you can use also the sea to avoid the so much carbon emissions into the system. So you can change the mode of your transport. And I also made mention of carbon report, yearly or quarterly, semi-annual carbon report. Most of the times, the one trying to create the path doesn't know the path is quick behind him. So we might be working and making a lot of profit, but we do not know what harm we are causing to the environment. So when we are giving annual report on our carbon emissions into the environment, I think we'll do something about it by looking at what we'll put in place to be able to reduce those emissions. So that is, and I also spoke about fuel efficiency. Yeah, we also spoke about fuel efficiency. If we encourage eco driving, like these EV vehicles that I made mention earlier on, we can also reduce carbon emission to the system. Thank you.
All right. Nice point made. And please, with respect to the carbon emission, that the one you said we've been doing a report quarterly or annually. I want to come down practical. Is it done here in Ghana?
Unfortunately, I heard that some big companies they do for those big companies, but as to how it is pushed or if implementation is done or enforced, I cannot say much. Yes, but I heard the government institutions do for these big companies, especially those who are producing these some chemicals and some, especially these iron companies and metal companies, they do for them. Thank you.
All right. So I think we are done with the strategy for environmental responsibility. Can we now move to the cost efficiency?
Dude, I think Amina's hand is up.
Oh, sorry. Amina, you're welcome.
Thank you, dear. How are you?
I'm fine.
Okay, so I'm also looking into the green packaging initiative for the company. Let's say if they are into this electronic stuff, you see, this kind of electronic gadgets, they do often overpackage them. See, when you buy something from Hisense, you look at the packaging. It comes in very neat, but you realize that most of the things they are using to protect the gadgets or whatever you bought from damaging, they are all plastics, except the covering, the outer covering, which is a cardboard. So if they can, and then once these plastics are overwrapped, you realize that they contribute to the heaviness of the items they are importing. So it will be difficult for the whatever, whether the air freight or the whatever means of transport they are using. It will be emitting what these biodegradable smokes and things. It will be emitting so much smoke into the atmosphere. And let's look at the freight, for instance. That one goes deep, right, direct, because they are up there. So it's what it emits the smoke and whatever right into the atmosphere, which affect us so much. So if they can reduce these wrappings, they can use maybe cardboards and then other paper stuffs, which can what easily absorb to the environment, which is easily what how did they call it? Like I don't know how to say it. It decomposed early in the soil rather than using the plastics, which we just litter around, and then as it's raining, we all know what's going on. People's houses getting flooded and all sort of stuff. So it is due to all this improper way of what disposing all these things that brings the effect that we are having. So I think they should reduce what they are packaging. Yes, they are trying to what protect the item, but they should use things that will be easily what decomposed into the soil, as well as what reduce the weight of it, which will cause the vehicle to emit more smoke into the atmosphere. Thank you.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. Stephen, please take the floor.
All right. So I wanted to add that in the absence of a company's inability to procure EVs, they can go in for regular maintenance and servicing of their vehicles. Because, so that it can reduce the amount of carbon dioxide gases that the cars produce whilst on our roads. But I wanted to be a bit controversial to ask Amina. Amina, you see, I am finding it a bit challenging with regards to the packaging of this electronic gadgets. I believe all through you realize that packaging of electronic gadgets is standard. So you realize that whatever you buy from Samsung, the way they've packaged it, it is the same all throughout. I think disposal is more attitudinal than it's more attitudinal than the cost of the company. Because elsewhere, the way we package Samsung gadgets in Ghana, it is the same in Europe. So what is causing us to suffer from this kind of packaging? I think it is more attitudinal, please. Thank you.
Great one. Okay. So far, I believe we've been able to complete the sustainability strategy when it comes to environmental responsibility. If there's no any other question, then we now move to the cost efficiency. So under cost efficiency, what will be the best way to tackle this question? Because we want to develop a transportation sustainability strategy. For one, environmental responsibility, which we have done that. So the next one is cost efficiency. Any person to help us with that one? Under cost efficiency. I think it looks like
I think with the cost efficiency,
most
I'll
of
go
it when
with
we're answering our previous questions. Yes, when we were answering our previous questions, because we spoke about the TMS, which is, yes. We also spoke about the deploy route optimization, which is another part, which we've done that. We spoke about the GPS, which also we've done that one. Then how we improve our load planning, which we've also done that. So basically our expectation or our outcome should be one, we want to lower transportation costs, and then we want to improve delivery reliability. I think that is the main thing. If there's not any other thing, then we move on to the customer service aspect. Then we are done. We have about less than 15 minutes to close. So
hello.
Yes.
Under cost efficiency, we can look at what could be termed as green negotiations.
Okay.
Yes, there are a lot of times that when people are negotiating for contracts, because you have included some green, let me say procurement or green, let me say sustainability measures into your contract, there are some discount or should I say some discount or some level of discount that are given for that purposes. For instance, if Ghana, for example, I know it's done somewhere. If Ghana, for example, anybody that is given a contract based on, even a road contract, based on what you want to do to sustain the, let me say, the environment in when we are constructing the road. Some people say, okay, when I get to this level, because it's a community, I'll put a small park with a, let me say, a sitting area, make it green for the community, because it's part on the road to the contract that I'm doing. So when you include certain things like that into it, or other ones that people are aware, some of the product that we're using for the contract, government intend to give certain allowances or discounts in terms of whatever they have to give. If they have to give you money, they will give you something more. If they have to take money from you, you have to pay a little less. So green negotiations are also there. I saw it somewhere like that. Thank you.
That's great. Thank you. Any other, please? Customer service objectives. Hello, any other? Hello, Stephen.
Hello.
Yeah, I think the use of technology can also feature
Exactly.
here. So the IoT that we spoke about, I think when technologies give customers real-time information as to where their goods are, I think it's a good step in satisfying them. So a typical example, my boss was buying a vehicle from US, and the vehicle was supposed to make, I think, 2 transits at different ports. Okay, so at every transit point, he gets a notification that yes, the vessel is docked here at every point. So it got to Ghana, and it was a real-time tracking of his vehicles. And just as let's say some of the online e-commerce platforms also do, like Jumia, Kiku, your goods is packaged, it is here, it is in transit, and all those things. I think the use of technology also satisfies customers. Thank you.
All right, that's great. And please, any other? So we've been able to raise 2 points. Any other? 2 more, then we'll draw the curtains. The IT aspect has been elaborated on, and then that of the green logistics. So please, any other? Okay. If there's nothing, then I ask a question. So in this case, how do we monitor sustainability performance? Hello? Hello?
You are here. We are listening.
We are here.
Please.
Hello. Tony's hand is up.
All right. Oh, sorry, Tony. Please take the floor.
So, thank you, Mr. Esiodi. I believe that to monitor sustainability performance, I believe we all know what sustainability is. Okay, so to monitor its performance, we should, the company should, or the management, they should regularly measure key indicators like the fuel consumption. Okay, since we've spoken about transportation, switching to EV vehicles, though it will take time for it to roll out, but we need to do it systematically, one step by step. We can't erode or take away all the fossil fuel consumption costs just at once. We'll do it gradually. So they can measure the fuel consumption, and then also the carbon emission. Every ton, the quantity that the company emits daily. Okay, they can also measure that aspect, and also the transportation cost. Since we have spoken about using the road as especially in the domestically, so they also measure the cost of transporting items from one point to the other. It may not be just road alone, but let's look at the haulage. Now, for haulage, we are looking at road haulage, rail haulage, the fleet haulage. So if you are using the vehicle from one point to the other, how much it costs? If it is by train, from one point to the other, how much it costs? Is it by flight or freight? from one point to another point, how much it costs. So that they can also measure that aspect as well. So I believe that this manufacturing company can measure these indicators. Yeah, hello.
Yeah, hello.
Yes, and also service reliability to support continuous improvement. Yes, in as much as we have spoken about all this, there has to be room for improvement. It doesn't end at one point. Okay, it's a cycle. They should also find out where there are loopholes, then try to bring solutions to it. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. Thank you, all colleagues. I believe we've been able to tackle all the questions. So the last one that is question 5. We've been able to tackle the environmental responsibility, the cost efficiency, and then the customer service objectives. I want to say thank you to you all because it looks like we finished with the question. So if there is any other thing somebody want to say, the person can bring it on board. That's regards to the question. If not, then we draw the curtains for the day. Okay, I believe we are all okay with it. Tony, I hand over to you. You can just close this.
Thank you, Mr. Shiedu. I would like to thank Gabella, Jutufo, Ezekiel Jakun, Rosemary, Mandy, Stephen Tete. Almost everyone has said a lot. Almost everybody has spoken and made this session very productive. I would like to thank you all. I mean, this one is it's a shared responsibility. Not everyone has all the time. We might be going off on and off. And I believe we've all come together to cover up for each other. I would like to thank you so much. And then, God willing, next week, Dr. Danso will be in Ghana. Yeah, and he will also pick it up from there. If there are any questions, we can put it down next week when we meet face to face. He will touch on it. He also sends his regards to you all. So I'd like to thank everyone for making time to make this session productive. Thank you very much. Gabriela.
Thank you, Tony. Tony, I want to say
Yes,
something.
please.
Okay, Mr. Skachu.
Yeah, so to all my colleagues, I've realized that these particular 3 courses we are doing these times, even though some of them look interrelated, they look like they are interrelated, but if you decide to, like we are answering the case study questions, if not because of this, and we are giving the question, you'll find it very difficult to know the tail from the head. So I want to entreat all of us to try, and if not anything, the groups that we were given, or if we have other groups already, let's try maybe twice a week. Let's try and go through some of the case studies that we can get for the various courses that we have. That is the only way we can all make it together. When you discuss, we are all matured, and a lot of us have a lot of responsibilities at work and also at home. So when we are able to discuss, sometimes some of the things are able to stick into our heads, and it may be at the D-Day we can remember them and write them. So I entreat all of us to try and come together and be in various groups to be able, if we can get maybe five people in a group, we can do those discussions and try to discuss the case studies for the various subjects that we can get. This is all I have to say. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Sikachu. I second to that. You realize that in our pages, I've always been advocating for this initiative. And then we should do that. We should do that. We don't have enough time on our side. Okay, and then also let's also find time in our own closet. If you are at work and you have some free time or during lunchtime, you can take some notes to work, and then in your free time you